like I was D-double-E. Why with the back? But I'm trying to say I was texting, but now I'm with the back. I was rapping on boom bap, now it's trap, yes, I'm with the back. Yeah, and I got these bars, and I freestyle them like Russ. And you see what the boy Trends does in the microphone, I'll be first, and you can be last. It doesn't bother me, I do what I wanna do, yes, my philosophy. Taking over the beat, I said, Wargon, what's the definition of ontology? Only said that word cause I keep rhyming the same one, so I switched it. I'm ill up on the microphone, it's true, what's live on Twitch, blood, and I'm twitching. Yeah, cause I'm morphing. Fucking dolphins. I do what I wanna do upon the microphone, my freestyle is hot, now it's scorching. Yeah, they're like, man, who taught him? Don't worry about that, I'm warning. MC when I go against me, I'm hotter than global warming. Y'all thought this written, no.
Yo, what's happening, people? And welcome back to Gav Goes In. Big up yourselves each and every time. Big up to my guy Fitz each and every time. Bro, what you saying, man? You all good?
Yeah, man. Good weekend still, can't lie.
Hey, good weekend. It's been a great weekend, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Man was jumping around earlier today. You know, I was jumping around. Listen, for obvious reason, you know, our team, obviously United, you know, we're looking serious, obviously our rival City, you know, I have to say any other season, you know, I wouldn't be on City winning anything, but listen, City all the way, man. I ain't too scared to say that. And yeah, man, apart from that, man, it's been a good weekend, I ain't gonna lie. Big up to Icon Edits as well, says who was that rapper? So that was my boy, man. That's my boy from Day. So if you get a chance, man, go and follow him on his on Twitch. He's called Your Boy Truance. So yeah, man, if you want to hear some more of his freestyle, I'm not sure how active he has been lately, but yeah, he's Your Boy Truance, man. So yeah, go and give him a follow, man, on there. And yeah, tell him, say Gav Goes In, man. Said what's up, man. But listen, guys, listen, new little setup, as you guys can see, you know, courtesy of Fitz, you know, so big up Fitz, man, each and every time. And listen, we're trying to take this channel on to new levels now, obviously trying to improve things. So yeah, man, if you guys enjoy the streams, if you guys enjoy, the football talk, then listen, keep tuning in. You know, obviously we're building, and this is a place, man, where you're gonna hear real unfiltered chat, man. You know, we don't hold back on anything, you know, and if you've got good chat about football, then feel free, man. So as I said, guys, keep your questions and comments coming through. We will definitely get back to your questions and comments. And as always, make sure you smash the like button, make sure you sub to the channel, make sure you share the channel, and go and give Fitz a follow on his socials as well, which is in the description. So big up to Mamba as well, back on, big up. And Icon says he's Zimbabwean. Yeah, that's my boy, man. That's one of my best mates, man, from Day. So yeah, man. Go and give him a follow over on Twitch. Big up to Christopher McGrath each and every time as well. So guys, listen, we're gonna get into it, yeah, because a mad weekend of football, you know, and I have to say, yeah, like watching that Liverpool City game yesterday, you know what? I'll go as far and say, yeah, I actually enjoyed the game. You know, I thought it was actually one of the better games I've seen this season so far. You know, I thought Man City, to be honest with you, Man City were very good. I thought that, you know, it was one of them games which what they done against Tottenham. You know, they dominate the first half, but they just couldn't get the, you know, the goal. And then you're always running the risk, man, of second half, you know, where you don't put teams away. There's always a possibility, man, of the opposition coming back and you know, coming back to cause problems, you know. And I think the Dominik Szoboszlai goal, the free kick, you know, it's mad because he done the same thing against Arsenal, you know, great strike. And as we know, man, he's a great striker with the ball anyway. And you know, watching that, man, you thought to yourself, you know what? City have actually let this game get away from them, you know. But what I would say, man, in true fashion, you know, City for me just showed you why, you know, you just can't bet against them for this title, man, because to come back and, you know, win that game 2-1 and should have been 3-1. I mean, we're going to talk about the controversy at the end of the game, man. But yeah, listen, 3 points, 6 points behind Arsenal now. And obviously, I said to you guys before, this was a game that City had to win to put the pressure on Arsenal. Now, by the time Arsenal go and play Brentford, City could be 3 points behind them. And as we know, Brentford have won their last 2 games. They're in good form at the moment, and it won't be easy. So, yeah, man, it was a very good game. A few talking points. But yeah, Fitz, man, what did you think of that game yesterday, man? I know you watched that game because it was an entertaining game towards the end. What did you think of it?
Yeah, to be fair, I felt the whole game was actually pretty entertaining from a neutral perspective, especially from a United fan. Like, obviously, seeing Haaland struggle, seeing Salah struggle, you know what I mean? Like, you enjoy seeing that as a red anyway. And then on top of it, it was like a game of tennis almost. It was just back and forth, end to end, innit? But obviously, it livened up after the Szoboszlai goal, didn't it?
Yeah,
But
100.
like I said, I'm not gonna lie. As a neutral, I was enjoying it. I can't lie. I wouldn't say I was really rooting for anyone. No, cause obviously I know we needed City to win for it to be a bit more of an interesting title race. But for me, I've said it for a while. Like, I can't stand them blue bastards, so I don't want to see them lift anything. So. Like, I was quite content seeing City piss it away, to be honest. But seeing them come back, gotta give flowers where it's due. And on top of it, like, I don't know, I've not seen many people mention it or anything, but that was the first time Pep and City have beat Liverpool at Anfield with a crowd. They've only ever beaten once in 10 meetings or 10 years or something, I think it was. And that was in COVID. And to come back from 1-0 down with 10 minutes to go. Considering we've been sat here saying...
They mentioned that on commentary, didn't they?
Yeah. And to think that they've ended up turning that around with that in the back of your head kind of thing. Like, you are going to kind of feel like, fuck's sake, we've let this one go again, innit? But they had the spirit to turn it around. And like I say, now it's a real interesting title race. I can't lie. But the end, can we all just agree that VAR is ruining the game?
Boy, I mean, obviously, let's get on to that anyway, because you know what made me laugh with that, yeah? It was a case where City are 2-1 up, yeah? And I know, obviously, people will probably react to this and, they'll probably start saying he's playing to the letter of the law, yeah? But sometimes, yeah, it's like common sense just needs to prevail, yeah, regardless of a stupid rule. Because the game's ending, yeah, and you got Cherky's going to score that goal. Now, the fact that Haaland is miles quicker than Szoboszlai, yeah, the very fact that Szoboszlai tried tugging him and they're 2-1 down, it's like he tugs Haaland. Yes, he's made the foul, yeah, and Haaland's done the same thing back to him. But I think sometimes you have to just think to yourself, if it was a game where, I don't know, Liverpool were winning the game or it was in the balance, it would have made more sense. But the fact City are winning the game, the ball's going in and Haaland's already ahead of Szoboszlai and he fouls him and Haaland does the same thing back to him. It's like, as a referee, just give the goal and just keep it moving. But what he does, he gives the free kick, sends off Szoboszlai, and it's like he still plays 15 seconds of added time anyway. But not to mention, it was over the 7 minutes that he played anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, just use common sense and just say, listen, 3-1, let's just don't send him off, keep it moving. That was mad, to be fair. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. And could you imagine in that 15 seconds, yeah, if Liverpool actually went down the other end and scored and equalized, the amount of uproar that would have caused?
Trust me. And when it happened, if you look, like, the cameraman knew his job. Like, he went straight to, he got Haaland reacting. Haaland weren't happy. Szoboszlai weren't happy. Pep wasn't happy. Slot wasn't happy. There was nobody in that stadium or watching that match that was actually happy about what had just happened. Everyone was of the same opinion. Like, just let the game run in it. Like you played advantage. You watched the tugs, both of them, and left it. Now your earpiece is chirping up. You need to just tell them, shut the fuck up for a minute. You get me? The game's done. You know what I mean? But now, obviously, we've tolerated loads of VAR issues, whether it be, oh, well, in one game it was a penalty, in the other game it wasn't for the exact same thing. It's like, well, there's absolutely no consistency with it. So for me, it's all it's doing is hindering the game. This is why we're getting 10 minutes of added time at the end of every match, because the stopping and going, you know what I mean? It's like, just let the game run. Now, every time a goal is scored, essentially you're waiting for VAR to check it and clear it. No matter what the circumstance. Like it can look to you like, now we was onside there, but there's still that moment of nervousness because you don't even know anymore. They might end up saying, "Oh no, my man's fucking left elbow was out of the line." You know what I mean? Like, they literally they're doing it off fingertips distance now on offside. You know what I mean? It's ruined it. Like now, honestly, I don't see any linesmen actually doing the job. No one. I never see a flag up early.
Yeah, it's lazy to get told. What's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, they just wait to get told. They're just there. Eventually, bro, next season you could replace them man on the sidelines with robots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
I think that's the way the game's probably going, if I'm honest with you.
I won't be surprised, bro, but again, you can't. How can you take a game that's like it's so passion driven and then take the heart and soul out of it and just be like, nope, we've got to stick to this rule book and we've got to go to VAR. Bro, it's annoying to see.
It's nonsense, yeah.
Like I say, now Liverpool have got to go without Szoboszlai, who's arguably one of their best players this season.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The game didn't really, nothing changed about the result. Like you say, if it was 1-1, fair enough. Maybe now there's a bit of a reasoning behind it. You know what I mean? But 2-1 down, you're already 2-3 minutes over the added time that you were. Come on, bro. You added 7 minutes added time, and now we're in 99 minutes. Yeah. What we talking about? You know what I mean? Just let it run, blow the whistle, can dead the game, innit? But
yeah, bro, it was crazy, man. As I said to you, it's more of a thing where I don't know, man. I just think these referees are just doing too much, man. And it's one of them things where, at the end of the day, man, like it's compounded it really for Liverpool as well, because as you said, they're losing Szoboszlai, who's been one of their best players, and City don't get the goal as well. So he's the referee really there. He's kind of killed both teams in a sense, because this league might come down to goal difference.
Yeah.
And a decision like that here could be a deciding factor, which I don't think it will be, but to go and do that, because you want to stick to the letter of the law, man, it's just madness. It's like everyone just knew, look, just give the goal, blow up, end the game 3-1. You know what I mean? And it's like, why? Like these referees, there's too many times these referees are trying to make the game about them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can clearly see, man, that was one of them occasions. But they're all going to back each other and start saying it's the letter of the law, innit? But I think sometimes, man, you just got to just ignore that and just apply common sense, man. Really, you know.
Trust me, you've got to apply like the eye test, and only a human can do that. That's what I'm saying. Like these doing it all robotic is nah, man. It's fucking everything up. I can't get behind it. At first, I was always of the stance of it could improve the game if there's consistency throughout it. Obviously, they're gonna have to iron out kinks in the start, but by now, and we're still getting all this kind of inconsistency. And at that moment there, like regardless of whether City win the league or not, that moment would have gone down as one of the best moments of this season.
Yeah, I agree.
What I mean? Alisson's gone up last minute trying to get something out of the game. He gets punished, bro. And the foot race whilst it was just slow motion, edging closer to the line. Like, it was movie stuff. You know what I mean? It was absolute movie stuff, and the refs just ruined that now. And now, like for the joke, you won't even see highlights of that anymore ever again. And that was, like I say, one of the best moments in recent history I've seen. Big rivalry between the two. they've been at each other's necks for the last like 10 years. Even though the title race isn't involving Liverpool this year, it's still a massive moment in a massive game that it's just been deleted. You know what I mean? Because a ref wants to fucking stand there and get a minute in his mic, right? It's annoying to see.
Yeah, 100%, man. But I think the main thing was, as I said, I think in terms of the game itself, you know, I think City definitely were the better team. You know, they played some good stuff. I think their defense, to be fair, was solid. I mean, Donnarumma, you know, if anyone needed to see why Donnarumma, for me, is the best keeper in the world right now, I mean, he just proved it yet again, because not just that game, yeah, but the amount of times Donnarumma, he saved City this season. You know, he's literally getting them 3 points when a lot of them 3 points could either turn to a point or even them losing the game. And yeah, man, he made a mad save from, I think it was McAllister that got a deflection.
Yeah. 98th minute, bro.
98th minute, bro. Yeah.
I was making little notes in it. I put 98th minute, Weldy Donnarumma, and then 99th minute, what the fuck? Like, bro, it's crazy. But that's ridiculous. Like I say, that Donnarumma, like, that's why I was saying the fact that when we put, obviously it didn't stand as 5, but when we put 5 past him, that's a moment to celebrate that, because he's not someone that you put 5 past. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you,
and right, we had 2 where we took it round him and beat him that way. Like, done it the hard way. You know what I mean? So you've got to celebrate that, because Donnarumma is absolute class. Like,
yeah, he's a top keeper, man. I mean, again, with the ball at his feet, yeah, he's not great, but he's competent, isn't it? But in terms of his general goalkeeping, like he's claiming from crosses, you know, his dominance of the area, again, man, like, he can't be faulted, because that save as well, you know, that was a great save. And I think many keepers in the league probably don't save that. You know, I think I'm looking at him. I'm probably looking at Alisson, you know, probably at Pickford as well, because he's quite agile as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe a lot of them keepers probably save that, but the majority don't. You know what I mean? So,
but that's the thing though with Donnarumma. People like try to say, oh well, he's not really good with the ball at his feet. But to me, it's like that whole argument about Van Dijk as a centre back. Like, he doesn't do the defensive work. As a keeper, how good are you at shot stopping? He's elite. That's a keeper to me. You know what I mean? And genuinely, I hate saying it because he's a fucking City player now, but in 15, 20 years' time, we will be comparing him to another Italian called Gianluigi.
Buffon. Yeah.
100%. 100%. The only reason that he's not having that conversation now is because he's still so scarily young. He's like, what, 25?
20, I think he's 26, bro. He made his debut at 16 for AC Milan.
He's been about forever, bro. Just like Buffon, though, you get me? And he's gonna be around for a long time, bro. Like, we're definitely he's gonna be in that conversation. It's him or Buffon, guaranteed. But
what I like about Donnarumma, is his presence. Like the way that he is, like the way that he talks as well. Just the way that he's on the pitch, you can tell he just got a domineering presence. And that just gives a lot of confidence to the back line, you know. So
it reminds you of like a Schmeichel presence, innit?
Yeah,
it's like a Schmeichel type, constantly commanding his area. Like, that's what you want to see from a keeper. Like, for me, I grew up on Schmeichel and guys like Bruce and Stam, and you get me. So I want centre backs to defend, and I want keepers to be shot stoppers that can command the area. And this Donnarumma, 100%. One of the best ever by the time he's done, guaranteed.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree, man. He's a top keeper, man. He is 100%.
Yo, I've got to point out though, my man tag teamed up with, who was it? Ekatike for that DIY finisher. Yo,
boy, I thought Khusanov was dead.
Bro, you see him eyes closed. He was sleeping, bro. My man. But you know what? Credit to my man, cause he was on the sideline kicking off because he wanted to go back on. You know what I mean? Like he was sleeping a minute ago and he was raring to go next second. So credit to him, my man's a soldier.
You know what's actually funny though, yeah? Out of all the players on that Man City team, yeah, you probably want it to happen to him because where's he? He's from Bosnia, yeah, or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Him guys have made a sign different, man. So as soon as I see him on the floor, yeah, I thought, yeah, give him 2 minutes, man. He back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trust. He's got that Vidic about him, innit? Like, there's something different about that area of the world, bro. That Eastern European, just different breed, bro.
Bro, to be fair, I think, as I said to you yesterday, man, I think give it a next couple of seasons, yeah, I think he's gonna be one of the best defenders in the world, man. Because I look at what he's got already at a young age. I think he's what, 20? You know, he's got mad pace for a defender. You know, he's very aggressive as well. I mean, sometimes that might work against him in terms of you know getting bookings, etc. But I think the longer he's at Man City, you know, he's playing in a dominant team. You know, I think he goes from strength to strength, man. So you could be looking at a defender there, man. That could be one of the best in the world very, very, very soon.
Yeah, you know, I won't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised, especially like linking up with like defenders like John Stones and Mark Gay and all these. Like obviously, every defender that he works with and partners with, he's going to learn from, and he's only going to get better and better for it. And he's not around slouches, is he? So
100. Let's go on to some of the chats. Big up to Babs One Diva each and every time. Big up to Foxy Danny as well for coming through. Big up to Verbic 29. Big up, man, for coming through. And big up to a newcomer. Man City Times in Liverpool says hairline chopped. City Pool gonna dominate the Prem and win it 6 times in a row. Boy, I don't know what you're smoking, man, but stop. You know what I mean? Because I don't know about Liverpool, man. I know City will probably be looking at dominating, but the way Liverpool are playing at the moment, man, they've got a big rebuild on their hands. That Fitz guy is looking majestic. Big up to Man City Times Liverpool. Big up, man. Yeah, listen, guys, make sure you're smashing the likes as well. Make sure you're subbing. Make sure you're sharing, and make sure you hit the likes as well. Bro, what did you think of the performances in general, man? Because I thought for Man City, you know, I thought Guehi was very good, and he's proven to be a great signing, really, which weren't really a surprise. I thought Khusanov, until he obviously had to come off, I thought he was good. You know what? One player that I have to say, man, you know, he's going under the radar, and that's Matheus Nunes. I think Matheus Nunes, yeah, the way that he's converted his game, you know, as a right back. And what's actually mad here is that you've got Matheus Nunes and Ryan Ait-Nouri, who was very good yesterday as well. Their 2 fullbacks are both formerly of Wolves. Who would have thought that? Yeah. Who would have thought that? City have got Wolves as fullbacks. Well, obviously, because Nunes is playing in midfield, but you know, and I thought their whole defense played well. I thought Rodri was just ridiculous. And I think Rodri's one of them players, yeah. If you just study his game and just watch him for the full 90 minutes, yeah, I don't think you appreciate how good he is, because, you know, I love players. This is why I love Sergio Busquets, yeah, because the way Busquets played, yeah, he had no pace, no strength, yeah, but his brain was just far superior to anyone else on the pitch. And Rodri had that yesterday, you know, because going to Anfield, you know, where they like to press the ball, the way Rodri was just popping it around the corners first time, you know, reading danger, even under pressure, like the guy's just got the composure to just slow things down and get City out of a tough situation. You know, I thought he was probably arguably man of the match. I thought Bernardo Silva was good. You know, obviously he's got the quality, you know, but sometimes he's a bit in and out of games. But I thought in terms of his goal was very good. In terms of his general play, I thought Semenyo was poor. And again, this is the kind of game where you're expecting a Semenyo to kind of show up, you know what I mean? Because this is why obviously City bought him. You know, I think Semenyo is going to be one of them players where against the lesser teams who'll probably dominate against them, where he probably might get a goal or be instrumental. But against the better teams, you could clearly see like his quality wasn't there. You know, there was times the ball was coming into him, heavy first touch, wrong decision making. So I thought he was poor. I thought Marmoush was lively in the first half. but obviously got taken off because he wasn't really in the game. So yeah, I mean, who else played in that midfield? I think it was Rodri, Bernardo. Who played with Bernardo Silva? Oh, O'Reilly. I thought O'Reilly was good.
O'Reilly, yeah.
O'Reilly was very good, to be fair, because I think he's got the athleticism as well. And someone that's played left back for Man City, I think he was helping to keep the shape and obviously help out on the left hand side up against Salah and that. And obviously Erling Haaland was quiet, but obviously he'll probably get the headlines for scoring the winning penalty, innit? And this is what the likes of Haaland and that do, doesn't really get involved in general play, but will get the credit for the penalty, man. So City definitely for me, man, were the better team. And in terms of Liverpool, I know you want to touch on a certain someone, which we'll get onto, but I thought Salah was poor. I think the best thing Salah done was the outside pass to Ekitike. To be fair, that's a great ball from Salah, but that's the only thing he done, And if you guys haven't seen it, go and watch when he hit that free kick over the bar. Watch Federico Chiesa. Chiesa was busting a joke, man. He was laughing when he see that, And the thing is,
biggest smile I've ever seen on him.
Bro, if you get a chance, watch it, man. I was crying, because it's like there was no composure or conviction on what Salah done there. It's like he just thought to himself, I've won the free kick. I'm gonna just hit this without no conviction. And he almost went out the stand, you know what I mean? It was embarrassing. So
man was playing rugby for a minute. Man was out there playing rugby, innit?
Bro, I don't know what he was doing, man. It was ridiculous. But
I went back and checked it because obviously Schlott didn't look happy, but Chiesa's behind him giggling to himself, innit? He's smiling ear to ear though, bro. Like, violation. Nah.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. But I thought he was poor, man, Salah. He was poor. Ekitike, I think Ekitike is always going to be a threat with the way he plays. But there's a couple of chances he probably knows that he should have scored. Who else was there? Gakpo was poor.
Verts looked half good. I'm not gonna lie. Verts did look a threat.
He's the one that's got the quality in the team. You know what I mean? But Gakpo was poor. I thought Verts was good, as you said. McAllister was okay. I thought Gravenberch was decent. And then obviously the back line, I thought Konate had a good game. Alisson, I mean, for the penalty, I don't know what he was doing. Pressure, I don't know. Kirkes, to be fair, had a better game. And Van Dijk, to be honest with you, I mean, the aura defending just come into it again, and I know you told me to go back. Was it to go back and watch the goal from Bernardo Silva, And if anyone watches that game, that bit closely, Van Dijk's the one that played Bernardo Silva on side, because what Van Dijk done, again, it's the I can't be bothered or I'll do it in my own time. He steps up too late where Konate and the rest of the defense are up, and then Van Dijk just ambles over, and the next thing you know, Bernardo Silva sneaks in on the blind side, and to be fair, great finish. So another mistake from Van Dijk, and no wonder Jonas has gone hiding. I can't blame him, But
and the worst bit is, not only did he keep him on side, but he was smack bang in the middle of Haaland and Silva, so he was the defender that could have done something. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Bro, in actual fact, who actually lost the header to Haaland? Was it Konate?
Van Dijk.
Oh, Van Dijk lost the header.
Yeah, bro. Like, Van Dijk ended up playing him on, and then he's gone up for the header, and I swear it's gone obviously over Van Dijk then to Bernardo Silva, and bang. But this is what I'm saying, though. Like, because obviously that there, like, Van Dijk, no one really pointed it out. You know what I mean? Like, no one pointed out any part of him being a mistake there. It was all the brilliance of Manchester City. And that I've noticed that's how it seems to get spun. Anytime he fucks it up, it's just it was a moment of brilliance that couldn't be stopped. Well, no, it could if you've got a top 50 all-time centre-back. Like, these things don't happen to Yap Stam. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like I say, for me, Van Dijk is doing doing a brilliant job this season, improving me right in every sense. So I'm quite happy with his performance. One thing I do want to just point out that in my notes though, I put Szoboszlai is the new Janino. Bro, free kicks.
I hear it. What, Juninho Pernambucano, yeah?
Yeah, bro. Yo, anytime I see Szoboszlai get a free kick, bro,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have my heart in my chest. That yo, my heart's gonna be in my mouth. I'm not gonna lie. Cause we've got to face them. We better not give any kind of free kick in our half. I'm telling you, I wouldn't even like to see him take a free kick from their half. This guy is dangerous.
Strike a ball, yeah.
Bro, you know what though? One thing I will say about that, after the game, because I just left it on in the background, I know that I think it was Roy Keane had brought it up, or it's either Roy Keane or Richards in it, but someone mentioned that this a two-man wall there invited that. You know what I mean? And you don't want to invite a player like Szoboszlai, who's already proven that he can do that, because he did it against Arsenal, didn't he?
Yeah, I see them talk about that actually. I think I can't remember who it was, but they said that Donnarumma, I think, decided not to put an extra man in the wall or something like that. Yeah, because I think he was confident, because I think he wanted to see the ball or something like that. And then again, Dominik Szoboszlai can strike a ball, man. If anyone wasn't aware of his striking of the ball, man, go and watch what he was doing for Red Bull Leipzig.
Yeah,
because some of the strikes he was doing there, was an absolute joke. And again, he's now created a fear factor where if he gets any distance from goal, you best believe, man, put someone on that post or just put some extra people in the wall, because that guy can hit a ball, man. And again, I thought he was decent, because he don't play right back, man, but he's doing a job there. And the goal, man, just capped off a decent display. But obviously, the sending off, man, is a killer for them. And again, they're already without Connor Bradley. I think Frimpong might still be injured. So who they're gonna play there, man? Joe Gomez probably. I don't know, but man, I think they can. They'll be annoyed, man, that they couldn't hang on to the lead, man. But was there any stand-up performances from you though?
Not really. Like I say, for Liverpool, I'd have probably said overall, attacking wise, best player on the pitch was probably Wirtz. Defensively, I'd probably have to give it to Konate. City, I'd probably have to give it to Gay defensively, and attacking. It would probably be Bernardo Silva, to be fair.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, but to be fair, Cherky obviously only got the last half hour, but he didn't really get much time to impact the game as much as you'd like to see Cherky in it. But
it was always going to be difficult, though, isn't it? And they're going away to Liverpool, and
and then coming on 60 minutes in, where you're, you know what I mean, you're cold to the game. Everybody else is already in the heat of it. But obviously, it's like fucking massive moment at the end, innit? Like, whether it was, like I say, if it had been counted, fantastic for him. But even though it wasn't, like the chaos that ensued, essentially, like considering how much City and Liverpool kind of hate each other now, it's probably a good thing. Like he's watching Liverpool suffer further now. You know what I mean? Szoboszlai is now out for a few games. It's a sticky situation for them. So either way, it's still a decent performance from him for what he had. But all in all, he didn't really have enough time on the pitch to really do anything substantial for me. I'm not gonna lie. To me, the best player on the pitch, like the absolute standout, if you had to pick one, it's Donnarumma though. He made some fantastic saves, and literally, like, I don't care. Like, yes, Haaland scored the penalty, and I can't remember who it was that won the penalty, but
it was Matthias Nunes.
See, well, for me, Donnarumma kept them in the game when he was under immense pressure, when it was still 0-0. Kept it only 1-0. You know what I mean, and kept like that last minute McAllister shot. Like you said, there's not many keepers in the Prem that are keeping that out. So for me, he's got a bit of standout. I felt Haaland fucking considering they've even been giving him time on the bench and letting Marmoush play some recently, you'd have thought that he'd have stepped up, but
Yeah. But
really,
bro,
really
this is the thing though. This is where, yeah, you know, people that actually have a love for football and actually watch the game properly, yeah, you wouldn't really be too surprised that Haaland has games like that, because the reason why people rate Haaland highly is purely because of his goal scoring.
Yeah.
You know, no one can say really that he's got a top all-round game, because he hasn't. It's literally his goal scoring which gets him, you know, out of trouble, really, because he's a serial goal scorer. And obviously yesterday he was non-existent. You know, he was getting dominated by Van Dijk. You know, he didn't really want none of Konate either, but yet he comes away with the winning penalty because he's the penalty taker. And this is all people are going to remember. And this is what I'm trying to say to you, where football in a way is a bit of a bit of a joke, isn't it? But again, man, it's a massive penalty. You know, he showed the what's name, the composure to put that away. And yeah, man, a much needed 3 points. And again, I would have given man the match, as I said, yeah, Donnarumma or Rodri for me. I thought the defense were good, but I thought Rodri was ridiculous. I think Rodri's performance, went under the radar. That's how good he was to me. So, but yeah, man, listen, City, as I said, 6 points now behind Arsenal. Obviously play Fulham on Wednesday, and obviously it brings us in nicely to the next topic we're going to discuss. But yeah, let's say Liverpool. You know, I think they're now 4 points. Is it 4 or 5 points off of us now? In 6, and I think they've got a tough game against who are they playing. They got a tough game. Sunderland away. Sunderland away.
Yeah.
That'll be difficult for them. So let's see what they do, boy, because it's not looking too good, man. But yeah, listen, let's bring it on to Arsenal. Yeah, obviously 3-0 against Sunderland. I think the one thing we're definitely gonna know, yeah, is watching them is not a good watch. You know, I think I watched the first half, you know, and I just turned it off, man. I couldn't take it anymore, man. I was bored, you know what I mean? And again, Sunderland didn't really do too much either. And then again, 3-0 scoreline makes it look like you know, they absolutely blew them away, really. You know, from the first half, it was quite even, you know, but as we know with Arsenal at home, man, they're very strong in it. So yeah, I mean, much needed 3 points. I actually said, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if Sunderland got a draw there, just based on how they've been this season. But I think Arsenal comfortably put them away. Couple of goals for Gyökeres. You know, Zubamendi getting another goal as well. I mean, did you catch any of the game?
Yeah, well, I did similar to you. I had it on, but I don't find the football they play entertaining, so I can't stay locked in like I would with most games, innit? But I ended up going back and watching Match of the Day properly, and to me, it was a dead game. Like Zubamendi's goal was decent. Fucking the second one, Gyökeres got very lucky because he slipped. Essentially, he didn't really have much saying where the ball went after that. Let's be real, innit? And then what was the third one now? I know it was Gyökeres again. What's that? I know I made a note of it. This is where my memory's poor. For the joke,
bro, what's it? One minute. I think I've just one second. I don't know what's happened here. Sorry, 1 minute.
Yeah, you're back, bro. You're back.
Yeah.
For the joke, I didn't even make a note on the third goal, so I don't even remember how that went down.
Yeah,
that's how dead the game was.
Bro, one sec. Big up Lumi Rain, yeah. Says I can't see your face. Yeah, I think obviously because obviously we've got a new setup on there. It's basically on the actual, if you're watching from your phone, yeah, it's not really showing for some reason myself or Fitz But yeah, we'll try and get that sorted for next week. But again, if you're watching from a laptop, you know, from an iPad or whatever, obviously you can see us. But if you're watching from your phone, unfortunately, yeah, I don't think you can see us properly. But yeah, if you guys want to stay in and obviously listen around for the chat, big up. If not, then big up for coming through anyway. But yeah, we'll try and sort that for next week. But yeah, bro, we're going to carry on.
Yeah, I don't even really remember how the Gyökeres goal, the last one went.
The last one was a tap-in. I mean, a goal that I've seen him score a few times. You know, nothing to really write home about. The second one, I think it was a slide tackle finish. No.
No, the second one was the slip one.
No, that was the first one. The first
Gyökeres one, isn't it?
One was when he was running on 2 against 1 and he got squared to
Oh, yeah. So yeah, if I remember it correctly, that second one, not too bad. The first one was he had a lot of luck involved in that. For me, the only decent goal was Zubamendi's goal, and yeah, like I said, it's just boring to watch. And you know what? Yeah, like obviously, as much as I dislike Arsenal because of the long rivalry we had with them, it still pains me to see Arsenal play like that. You know, like you expect more. Like even when you watch, like I watch a lot of like players interviews and stuff. You know, like Andy Cole and Paul Scholes and Roy Keane and all these man. And everyone talks of Arsenal in the highest regard, like they were a very classy team and always were, you know what I mean? Had a little something about them.
It's PR, bro. That's what it is.
But the thing is, though, I can actually see it to a sense with looking back and seeing like that when they had Perez and Bergkamp and Vieira, you know what I mean? Like even Ljungberg to an extent, like these times, like they were. There was something about him. They did play good football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, bro, I don't. I think I prefer to watch Stoke play than Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Well, it's more or less the same thing, isn't it? Really, when you think about it.
Yeah, but at least you expect it of Stoke. You know what I mean? Like when I'm watching Arsenal, I expect a higher quality of football. When I watch like certain clubs, you just expect it. If I watch Barcelona, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Inter Milan, you know what I mean? Like there's certain teams of certain prestige where the standards can't drop to that point where the football is that shit. Like results can go against you, you know what I mean? Every team has bad seasons and whatever, but to watch the football be that poor. It's not acceptable.
Yeah,
not for me anyway. Like I say, that was the thing that we was most pissed off about United, bro. Not the fact of where we was in the table or what was happening to the club. It was the way we was playing week in, week out. You know what I mean? Like we wanted to see United play like United. We want to, you know what I mean? We've got a style of play, a philosophy. We want to see that. I just don't understand how Arsenal fans can, despite the place in the league, like if we got to the fact of we're looking like we're gonna win the league off set pieces alone, I wouldn't be happy with that. I'd be saying I'll take the medals and the trophies and that, but this isn't United and this isn't what I want to see from United. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I feel like
I think as a fan, you should never be satisfied with playing the kind of football that Arsenal play and thinking to yourself, this is acceptable. But I think the only thing I would say, is it is about standards for me. And obviously us as people, you know, we have standards in our own life, innit? And I think that with the Arsenal fan base, because they've been starving for so long, I don't really think they give a damn how it comes, and that is the problem, you know. And if these guys win a Premier League title, after playing the way they've done, the fan base ain't gonna give a damn. That's the reality. It's just because they haven't won a league title for how long? What, 20 plus years, isn't it? So if they win it playing this way, it's a crime to football. but as a fan base, man, they're not going to give a damn. That's the truth. You know what I mean?
But you know what though, yeah? Because
Mm.
obviously I knew that we was going to talk on it being Arsenal's title to lose.
Yeah.
I did do a little bit of research just on the fixtures, just looked in a little bit deeper on everyone's fixtures, just the top 4 right now, innit?
Bro,
So
just quickly before you get onto that, yeah, let me just go through these comments and you get onto that, yeah?
Yeah.
So Lumi says, I was devastated yesterday. I was so happy when Liverpool scored. Yeah, listen, Lumi, I got the receipts, yeah. Don't think I forgot, yeah, because you can come on here now and start doing the most, yeah. But just remember, I've got the receipts. And when Liverpool scored, don't think I've forgotten what you messaged, yeah. So listen, we know what you're doing. Big up yourself each and every time. But listen, your time's coming. That's all I'm gonna say, yeah. That is all I'm gonna say. Because we don't forget nothing over here. There's nothing boring about winning, Fitz, but you ain't won yet. So what we doing? What we doing here? You know what I mean? The level of delusion in that fan base, man, needs to be studied. Nobody complains about winning. We are favorites in all 4 trophies. By who? By who?
I just remember that point when I move on to the next bit when we get through these comments, yeah, guys.
Yeah, bro. Go on. Carry on.
No, because all I was gonna point out was like, check now. I've done the list and I've had to use 2 pages, yeah. So I've split the pages in half. I've got Arsenal on one half, City on the other half. Then I've got Villa and then United, yeah. And you see, with our results, well, our fixtures, I had enough space left on the page to put this week's predictions down. Every Prem game that's playing from Tuesday to Thursday is written down underneath the fixtures that United have got left. Yeah. The whole page is basically taken up. Because I've added, bear in mind, Arsenal and City have got Wigan and Salford respectively, yeah, in the FA Cup. So you expect them to go through to the next round, innit?
Yeah.
So I've only added the next FA Cup round and the next round of the Champions League. So without adding potential quarterfinals and semi-finals and maybe a final, yeah, of all of the FA Cup and the Champions League. So that's potentially 5 games in Champions League that I've not counted, plus another 3 games in the FA Cup. So that's 8 games. They've already got six fixtures more than us before you count them. You know what I'm saying? And bro, when you look at the dates, right? Arsenal on the 12th have got Brentford, on the 15th have got Wigan, 18th they've got Wolves, 22nd they got Tottenham. I wouldn't want to go to Tottenham away after having to squad rotate within the last fucking you know what I mean? That many times. 4 games in 10 days.
Bro, I didn't even realize, yeah, that they've got 2 games before they play Tottenham.
Yeah.
I thought it was Brentford and then Tottenham straight after.
No. Wigan in the cup and then Wolves and then Tottenham, bro. They've got 4 games in 10 days. That's gonna be sticky for them. Yeah. And then they get Chelsea on the 1st, Brighton on the 4th, FA Cup on the 7th, then they're back in the Champions League between the 9th and the 11th.
Okay.
You get me? And then they've got Everton on the 15th. And then a few days after that, the other leg of the Champions League. Yeah. Then they've got the League Cup final. Then they've got Bournemouth. Then City away. Like, this isn't a good run of fucking fixtures, you know. You've got, and like I say, after the League Cup final, if you man have got through FA Cup and got through the Champions League, that's another 3 games before, you know what I mean, before we even start getting into the latter part of the season here. These men have got a lot of squad rotating to do, you know, and I've been on here so many times and seen the Arsenal fan base complain that we didn't have a full strength team. Well, you're not going to have a full strength team for every game left in this season because, like I say, looking at the dates, the 12th, 15th, 18th, 22nd, bro, that's a lot of games to play, you know. I don't care that one of them's Wigan, one of them's Wolves. That it's not. It's still 90 minutes plus extra time of football to play. You know what I mean?
And not to mention as well, bro. Yeah, I guarantee you. Yeah, they're gonna pick up a couple of injuries to two players, two key players. Guarantee you.
It's bound to happen, especially like Arsenal fans are expecting them to compete for everything, favourites for everything. We have to be in finals of everything. That's a lot of games. You know what I mean? Like, bro, yes, they've got a deep squad. Yes, they've got options, but couple injuries start kicking in, and now you've got second and third choice guys in positions. I don't want to hear this. We've not got a full strength team, Carl. Yo, what? Like, how many seasons on the bounce are you going to say? Oh, it was because we didn't have Saliba the whole season. Unfortunately, no one gets players for the whole season because injuries happen. You get me? The only that's why like Bruno's been fucking applauded for like, oh, he's always fit, he's always playing 90 minutes, never injured. That's because it's an anomaly. It never happens. Like, so these man,
anomaly, it's not meant to happen. That's the thing.
You get me? But this is what I'm saying. Like, obviously, City have got a sticky run of games as well. A lot of fixtures. All like I say, City's got Fulham on the 11th, Salford on the 14th, Newcastle on the 21st, Leeds on the 28th. But you notice they're a bit more scattered out. That's not 4 games in 10 days. You know what I mean?
Didn't even realize that. Didn't even realize that.
Like, that's bro. Crazy. Telling you now, Arsenal's got a bunch of fixtures all clumped together, and it's gonna take it out of them. I'm telling you now, it's not looking as simple as these men think it is. And when I'm seeing it, like looking at it, we've only got 3 games that potentially like should be any kind of concern. Now let's look at the first one's Villa, at home. We shouldn't be losing against Villa at home. Especially when our game with them is wedged between their 2 Europa Cup ties.
And who's that against? The Europa League games,
Nah, they've not got to it yet because obviously there's still the playoff. So they're waiting to find out who they're gonna play. You get me? But regardless of who they play,
depending on who they play, they might play a slightly weakened team.
They might do, but let's be real, a slightly weakened team. They can't put out kids. Doesn't matter. Europa League, you will get punished by these smaller fucking European teams. You know what I mean? 100. So realistically, they've got a bit of a selection headache when it comes down to our fixture. They've got to decide: are we going to go for Europa for Champions League football, or we really trying to stay top 4? You know what I mean? And we've made that decision a few times and said, "Fuck it, we're going to go for Europa. It's probably more achievable." You know what I mean? So I won't be surprised if Emery turns around and says, you know what, Europa's the way forward. Obviously,
the thing is, he's got pedigree in that competition. So
you get me? And then after that, we've the only 2 games after that I'm saying anything is Chelsea away and Liverpool at home. But Liverpool at home, after we've just beat City at home and then Arsenal away, I don't see why we should be losing that. You know what I mean? They're the only games I can see always dropping points. But with all the other 3, they're that congested with fixtures. There's going to be points dropped at Brighton and fucking Palace and shit for these. Because there's no way around it. You know what I mean? You're going to have weakened teams out somewhere. And you are going to pick these games where like City's got a game against West Ham that, let's be real, if they don't turn up, Jared Bowen and them man will punish them, You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm sorry, man. I'm laughing because I'm just looking at the chat, man.
Where's it going off?
Bro, listen, man. I'm lost for words, man. I'm lost for words. There's some serious delusion, man. Some serious issues in that. It's people in this chat. I'm never gonna read it out, man. I'm not taking it seriously. But yeah, no, listen, man. I actually didn't realize that. So as I said, I think they're definitely bound to get some injuries, isn't it? And this is what I'm saying. It's their title to lose because I think, 6 points, they're still relatively in the driving seat. But the game that City have against Fulham is going to test Arsenal because I'll tell you now, Brentford, man, they've won their last 2 games against Aston Villa and Newcastle. And they're at home, they're very strong as well. So it wouldn't even surprise me, yeah, if they get a point against Arsenal. Now, as I said to you before, by the time they play Arsenal play Brentford, it could be 3 points.
Yeah.
And City still got to play them at home. So, and the fixtures that you just reeled off, it will definitely take its toll, man. So
and like, let's see. People like I know Arsenal fans are out there thinking, oh, it's only Brentford. Yo, Brentford, you know, Liverpool are only above them on goal difference, and they haven't actually scored more goals. They scored 1 more and conceded 1 more. They're on equal goal difference. Brentford and Liverpool are on exactly the same. So this season, you've got to treat Brentford like Liverpool.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be like
the second goal scorer in the league, Igor Thiago. So
trust me, and I've said it for a bit now. I feel like he's going to end up player of the season because look at the team that he's doing it in, and look at what like his like impact has had on the team. Look at the league position and all that. Like this is why people are conditioned to think, oh, it's only Brentford, but Brentford this season are a different animal.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be like where these Arsenal fans that we've won the league. I think you should go and really deep your fixture list, and don't just do it off Google. Do the extra research like I have, and just put it together in your calendar of when you've got Champions League and all this. You expect easy ties. Cool. You're still gonna have to rotate. What do you do? Who do you put out if you've got City after you've got Real Madrid? What you prioritize in Real Madrid in the quarterfinals or fucking City in the league? Because you're favourites for everything.
Listen, we've heard we're winning it all. Quadruple talk. So listen, as I said, man, those that speak too quick, you know, don't be surprised, man, when it all comes crashing down, because I've had a lot of chat, man. But so what? Yo, why don't you not rate Bruno? I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. I'm a fan. Yo, big up, man, for coming through. But listen, we are going to do a little segment on Bruno Fernandes in a little bit. And as I said, man, you can ask all your questions here, because one thing you need to know about me, yeah, is that I don't follow the crowd. Like, I couldn't give a damn if 100 people or 99 people like Bruno Fernandes. If I don't rate Bruno Fernandes, it is what it is. And I'll tell you why. Yeah. So big up for you being a fan. You know, as I said, we will get onto Bruno Fernandes after we finish discussing what we got to discuss, because there's a lot of nonsense that gets floated about, you know. And again, you know me, I come with my receipts, you know. So yeah, if you want to stay tuned, man, I will definitely be talking about Bruno Fernandes in a bit for your for your benefit. So big up, man. Anyway, so Mamba says, catch us if you can, like the gingerbread man. Yeah, all right.
Well, the gingerbread man ends up with no legs in Shrek, innit?
Listen, let them chat, man, because Lumi Rain was already going mad when Szoboszlai scored, you know, and as soon as City won 2-1, she was nowhere to be seen, man. She knows that. I know that. So we'll let them have their time in it, because the chicken will come home to roost. I promise you. I promise you, you know. Let's see what you got to offer. Bro, listen, Mamba, we've beaten you already, man. When are you going to learn? You know what I mean? Let's not do that, man. We've already beaten you. So about what we got to offer. We just showed you 3-2, man. And it was easy. It was easy. You know, both of your goals come from what? A shit corner, yeah, and an own goal. Like, what are we doing there?
And look at the goals that we scored. You see the entertainment that our players provide.
Go. 2 goal of the season contenders already, man. You know, you guys ain't got
one game. We did it in your stadium, lads.
But yeah, but listen, bro, these guys don't learn, man. Man was telling you that we're gonna beat them. They're shit. I don't rate Arsenal. I'll be honest. I just don't rate them one bit. You know, Gyökeres has got a couple of goals, and all of a sudden he's now Adriano and Trezeguet in one. You know what I mean?
Nah.
This is what they're doing.
We're not doing this, people. Come on, and
Bro,
I know that was a
Lumi
Lumi comment without reading it. I know that was a Lumi.
Right now, look, what do you get if you combine Trezeguet with Adriano? Gyökeres. That's what she's doing, you know. Like, bro, listen.
What the fuck? The random generator is at it again. What the fuck? Nah.
I don't know. I don't know how she got Gyökeres and Adriano in the same combo. Like, I just don't understand.
It's even a disrespect to Trezeguet, bro. Like, I'd be disrespected if she said, "What do you get if you cross David Bellion with Yakuba? Yakubu, you know what I mean?" I'd be pissed, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, bro, you just put two of the biggest legends in the game. Nah, I'm not having it.
Listen, I don't know what to say, man. There's some sort of help these people need, man, because I've never seen nothing like it, man. I mean, I don't know how you. I mean, why Trezeguet as well? Why?
But this is the thing, Lumi. Like, from the names that Lumi says, I know Lumi must know ball. So why would you say these things? This has got to be rage bait. I don't care. I'm putting it down to rage bait from now on, Lumi. Nah, I'm done.
Bro, I'm not even too sure if she knows ball. You know, I have to be honest, man. I'm having to take my stocks away from Lumi Rain because.
But bro, these aren't names. These
just.
But these aren't names that are even on FIFA or nothing no more. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to know these man to know these man. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, I'm lost, man. You know me, I'm lost, man. I just I don't understand it, man. But it has to be an illness, man, or just she's having a bad evening. I don't know, because I'm just not taking that seriously, man. Adriano and Trezeguet. Bro, he's not even better than Niall Quinn. Let's be honest. you know what I mean? Yo, better than Niall Quinn, but we're talking about Adriano and Trezeguet. Like,
exactly. Yeah. If Lumi had said, "What do you get if you cross Kevin Phillips and Niall Quinn?" I'd have been fuming. Yeah, what do you mean? Are you gonna put Adriano in that mix? That come on.
Listen, let's move past that, man, and talk about a real team. You know, because them guys, their time's coming, and I can't wait. I'll be honest, yeah. But bro, anyway, man, United 4 out of 4. You know, obviously saving for Palestine. My guy come on there going mad about Bruno Fernandes. You know, to be fair, you know what? It was I say it was a great finish. Yeah, having watched that again, it come off his shin. But they all count. I get it. They all count. Yeah, but nonetheless, man, it helped us get the 3 points. But we have to say, man, Cristian Romero. I mean, why?
Is it
either he done that on purpose, yeah, or he's just an absolute clown? I mean, take it away, bro. What do you think, man? Because that was ridiculous. I've had my say on that already.
All I could fucking think on that is like, my man, it's got to be some South American beef that, you know what I mean? Like, it had to be. But the thing is, it would have made more sense if he'd have done that against like Martinez, because if you remember, him and Martinez had that little something in the Europa League final. Like,
but they're international teammates.
But that's what I'm saying. But despite that, them having that little something, I'd have got. But the only thing I can think is because one's Argentinian, one's Brazilian, and I know that they don't get along at all. You get me? So. That's the only thing I can think there. But to do that at any point, no matter who you are in the team, that's a piss take. But to do that as the captain, and not even like, if you're gonna do that or do something stupid like that, leave it to the last minute of the game. You know what I mean? There's no wait until you know, like, this is my last chance to do it to him. You know what I mean? But fucking so early in the game, it just took the sting out of anything that Tottenham could have had. For me, I feel like, because I even seen an interview where Thomas Frank wasn't even aware that since Romero's come to the league, he's had more red cards than anybody.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, man, because sometimes I think to myself, these red cards he gets here, they have to be done on purpose.
Yeah, he wants extra holidays or something.
Bro, there's something going on because it makes no sense why he does these things. There's passion, yeah, and then there's stupidity. And I think he leans more onto the stupidity side of it, definitely.
Yeah. But that's the thing for me. Even like Thomas Frank wasn't aware of that. And like for me, if you're the manager of any Premier League club, you do, and in today's age where everything is so stat based and stat driven, you have to know that stat. You know what I mean? And if he genuinely wasn't aware of that, and people at Tottenham haven't been monitoring that kind of thing, that being brought to their attention now, knowing that he's your captain, if you're not going to sell him, you've got to strip him of the armband immediately. You know what I mean?
I mean, there was calls for that anyway, because he came out and spoke as well, innit? But I think if you're serious as a club, yeah, which I know Clockenders has come in saying Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Yeah, but they've got a European trophy, boy. So you know what I mean? Hold your tongue. You know what I mean?
And they beat us for it. You get me? They didn't. You know what I mean?
But we got Champions League, bro, so we don't really care about that. But when they're not saying they get battered, they've got European heritage, man. What's yours? But yeah, just going back anyway. But I think with Romero, it's very clear that he wants to go in it, and it's very clear that he can't be relied upon either. So the fact that he got sent off like that, yeah, I mean, it didn't make any sense, and he would have known doing that. Yeah. There's cameras everywhere that would have just,
yeah. We just had the discussion before about VAR all over the every situation. Yeah. There's no way you're doing that, not being fully aware that you're gonna get a red for that. You know what I mean? But like I say, I won't complain because it gave. Like obviously, I know that you mentioned like Carrick didn't really do everything that you wanted to see him do when he went down to 10 men.
Yeah,
but for me, like that is still shown how we should have disposed of Everton. You know what I mean? Like they didn't look a threat at all. I think Xavi Simons created one little something out of nothing where there was half a chance. That was it. You know what I mean? And I said from before the game had kicked off, I was saying that I can see Xavi Simons scoring or assisting. Like he's been a threat for them, and I felt like they had a chance of at least getting a goal from us. And to be fair, if they'd have got the first goal, the whole game could have been totally different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for your captain to do that, it's absolutely outrageous. It's like I remember. Because obviously, I know we'll be moving on to Bruno soon. I remember was it last season where he got 2 reds back on the bounce? You remember?
Yeah.
Like I was fuming about that, and I know that the first one, to be fair, he just lost his cool. The second one, it looked like it was intentional. Like he thought, "Fuck it, I'm going to take a 2-week holiday instead of a 1." You get me? It infuriated me.
In his contract, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but for me, that's why I'm like, nah, captain has to, because obviously, and this is from someone that grew up with Roy Keane as the captain. Like, yes, there's gonna be red cards, there's gonna be bookings, but at the end of the day, like, nah, because anytime I've seen like Keane get red carded, like the one that springs to mind is the FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal. Keano went off down to 10 men. Giggsy ends up scoring the wonder goal. But if you look at the character within that squad right there, when Keano got sent off, we still had Yapstam. We still had Peter Schmeichel. You know what I mean? We had some leaders on the pitch regardless.
Bro, sorry, who was that against again? Sorry?
Oh, that was Arsenal, that. And do you remember it was Patrick Vieira that actually set Giggs up to go on the run?
Oh, yes, I do remember. Who
did he
breathe past? Was it that clown Lee Dixon? He
breathed past basically half of the squad and then just made Seaman look like a nail. But if you remember...
Big up Giggsy, yeah.
But if you also remember, a few minutes before that, Phil Neville gave him a penalty and Bergkamp couldn't put that away because Big Pete was in net. You get me?
Yeah.
But Yeah,
Man,
like I said,
man thought if he scored that penalty, man, he's got to go flying again. No,
get me. You said, nah, fuck this.
he goes, I ain't getting on the plane. Nah, I ain't doing that. That's why he
Nah,
missed
the
me.
non-flying Dutchman, innit?
Listen, top player, man, but pussy, that's what he was,
Yeah,
man. You know what I
trust
mean?
me. Trust me.
Non-flying. Get out of here, man.
But but for Romero to get sent off in a game like knowing that he's got such a young squad around him, like name me another leader that's in their squad right now. Maybe Van der Ven's got a bit of leadership in him, but I've not seen.
I mean, it's difficult, really. I mean, you're probably looking at Vicario, and you know he's a liability as well, isn't it?
This is what I'm saying. Vicario's your next most experienced. Like, I can accept my captain getting sent off if I know you've got the leadership there of like a Peter Schmeichel behind it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's gonna keep things in line. But when you're the captain and the experience, it's not acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I was fuming about Bruno last season, because it was like, well, him and at the time, him and Casemiro, the only two real experience that we had, and it's like Bruno's like kind of even scummed his way into that category, because what experience does he have other than age? You know what I mean? Like, he's not actually won shit. Like, but we classed him as like one of the leaders, the experienced ones, and then he did that. It's not acceptable.
I'll be honest. People need to really have a think about that, because, as you just said, he's only classed as experienced because of age.
Yeah,
that's the only reason. Age and how many times he's played. But I mean, he's got no experience of winning. This is the thing, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, in general, anyway, what did you think of the performances? Did you think anyone played well for United? I mean, it's one of them games for me where United were going to win the game anyway, and I think as soon as Romero got sent off, it was a case of, you know, how many are we going to win by? Because I think when you're playing against 10 men, you know, they often go defensive. You know, I was a bit annoyed that Carrick really didn't change it in the first half in terms of putting on another attacker. So I'm thinking, you know, let's go for the throat, man, get the game over and done with, and we just keep it moving. But obviously, we won the game. You know, as I say, good finish from Bruno, which was, well, to be fair, I say good finish, as I said earlier, it come off his shin. So technically, it wasn't a good finish, but it's not about Bruno Fernandes, really. It's about the team. And the one thing about Bruno is that he's playing more for the team rather than playing for himself, you know. But what did you think of the performances anyway?
To be totally honest, if I'm remembering correctly, no one really stood out other than Casemiro to me. Like, Casemiro, the last few games has been the star on the pitch, that head and shoulders above everybody around him.
Ridiculous. Yeah, he's been ridiculous.
But like, to be fair, couldn't really knock anyway. It's been a similar story the last like 2-3 games. Like, you can't really knock anyone, but Casemiro is the out and out star on the field. But for me, I feel like the set piece goal, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed that. So as much as I criticize Arsenal,
that was a set piece from Tottenham that they actually took from.
What is it?
Yeah, I heard it today. They said the set piece that United scored was actually Tottenham's set piece.
Mad.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. Yeah.
But yo, I liked it, because obviously it got Kobe involved. And it wasn't your stereotypical set piece. It's basically like edge of the box, Scholesy territory. Like, I like that kind of energy, you know what I mean? So I'm here for that. And then obviously, like you say, that the Bruno goal was off his shin. For me, yo, if you go back and watch it, the cross weren't even for him neither. That was a total fluke of a goal. Like it was the Cesco.
Bro, listen, yeah. Let me just get into it now, yeah, because I know saying Pants have been waiting for it, yeah. Now, it's not about getting onto Bruno Fernandes, yeah, because you already know in it, I don't rate him highly, yeah. And when I first see the goal, I immediately said, great finish, Bruno. You know, and again, there's no agendas over here. It's just I just call what I see in it. Yeah. So I said, you know what, great finish. Then when I watched it on Match of the Day, the ball comes off the guy's shin. Yeah. But as I said, they all count. So it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I said, people now, yeah, and this is what I mean about the fan base, yeah. There's a lot of flip-flop kind of fans out there where you had fans saying, yeah, let's cash in on him. And now all of a sudden, because Carrick's come in and he's had a couple of decent performances. Again, when I say decent, yeah, people get carried away and think Bruno's been man the match. And that game against what's the name, against Tottenham, yeah, I mentioned it already. You see that Ali McCoy, yeah, that guy is an absolute disgrace. Yeah, he was desperate to give Bruno man the match. Yeah, and Bruno only got man the match because he got the goal. No one can tell me otherwise, because Bruno was never getting man the match if he didn't score that goal. Yeah, and this I'm trying to say to you, the commentary in this country is an absolute disaster. Let's be honest, yeah. And Bruno's one of them players in the media that is favored. So then when you've got TNT Sports, the commentators doing the most, there's no surprise why this guy keeps walking away with man the matches. But as I keep saying, if you just watch the game properly, yeah, you're not going to let these guys influence your decision. And I think a lot of fans out there are influenced by others and by the media. Yeah. Now, there's something I want to get onto. Yeah. Which is why I've said Bruno next season. Me, I'm going to keep it 100. Yeah. Bruno Fernandes still needs to go for me next season. I don't care what anyone has to say. Like, if you rate Bruno, cool. But for me, he has to go, yeah? Now, there's certain channels out there, yeah, that are actually lying. Yeah, they're actually lying. And I'll tell you why they're lying, yeah? Because I'm hearing things like Bruno is the best number 10 in the league, the best number 10 in the world, in Europe, yeah? Now, it's all right spouting out this nonsense here to people that don't want to go and do their homework or don't have an interest in doing research, yeah? But when I see things like that, I laugh and I think, you know what? You can fool other people, but you're not going to fool me, yeah? And I'll tell you why, yeah? Because I've got my notes down. So I'm hearing, as I said, Bruno's the best 10 in the league, the best 10 in Europe. Now, check this out, yeah? Bearing in mind, yeah, the majority of teams, and I'm talking about the top teams in the world, do not play with a number 10. A lot of these teams play with three in midfield. Am I right or wrong, Fitz?
Yeah, 100.
Right. So again, this notion that he's the best 10, it's an absolute lie, yeah? And these are the players he's competing against, which ain't a very big pool, yeah? So we look at Arsenal. Arsenal have Odegaard. Odegaard plays more as a number 8 rather than number 10. I'm sure there's Arsenal fans in the chat right now that will tell you that Odegaard is playing more as an 8, yeah? So he doesn't count. Eze is a 10, but Eze is very hardly played as a 10, yeah? Then we go on to Phil Foden. Foden is playing more as an 8 in the system at Man City. Morgan Rogers is a number 10, but if you check where Rogers has been playing for Aston Villa, he's been playing more from the left-hand side because they play a 3 in midfield with Tielemans, Onana, Kamara before they got injured, yeah? But Morgan Rogers is not playing predominantly week in, week out as a number 10. He's playing out wide, yeah? So that's already 4 players in the league. Then you go on to Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz is a 10, but where's Florian Wirtz playing predominantly? Off the left-hand side, yeah? Then we go on to Xavi Simons. Where's Xavi Simons playing predominantly? Off the left-hand side, yeah? So then we go on to Jude Bellingham. You know, I don't rate Jude Bellingham. I think he's one of the worst players that's hyped the way he is for a while, yeah? Jude Bellingham is playing in a number 10 position, but you'd probably say he might be playing more as an 8 come number 10. But if you wanna say Jude Bellingham, cool. I don't rate him. Never been a number 10. Should never be seeing him as a number 10 in the first place, yeah? And then I've got other players, yeah? Cole Palmer. We know he's better from the right-hand side, but cool. He's been playing as a 10. He's been out injured. Do I rate Cole Palmer highly than Bruno Fernandes? I do. Not as a number 10. But if you want to say Cole Palmer, cool. Then we go on to names like Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, good player. If you want to say Bruno's better than Dewsbury Hall, cool. Emil Smith-Rowe at Fulham. Morgan Gibbs-White at Nottingham Forest. Yeah? Bro, that's just the Premier League, yeah? So he's competing against, I would say, four players that will play in the Premier League as a number 10. Cole Palmer, Dewsbury Hall, Smith-Rowe, and Gibbs-White. But apparently, yeah, he's the best number 10 in the league. Do you want to know why that probably is? Because he's competing against 4 players. You see the level of delusion that these people are saying, yeah? Bro, then we go on to Europe. This is free content, by the way, guys. Take this in, yeah? I do my research. I don't just pluck stuff from my arse, man. I'll be honest now, yeah? Bro, then we do Europe. Again, we're looking at the top teams around the world. Fermin Lopez, Barcelona. Fermin Lopez is relatively new to the Barcelona first team. If you want to say Bruno's better than him, cool. But he's just starting out. And potentially, he might even be better anyway. Yeah? Julian Alvarez, bro. Atletico Madrid. Julian Alvarez, you could arguably say, is better than Bruno. But even that, he might be playing in a 2 with Soloff up top. So he might not even count. Yeah? Jamal Musiala. He's been out injured. Can we really count Musiala? Yeah?
Really?
Leonard Cole, Bayern Munich. The youngster, 17 years of age, just making his debut season. Yeah? And then you've got Julian Brandt, who plays as a 10, sometimes off the left. De Bruyne, who's out injured. So, bro, when people are spouting this crap, yeah, that he's the best 10 in the league and the best 10 in the world, in Europe, bro, he's competing against 4 players in the Premier League, yeah, who, by the way, he's older than all of them, for one. And in Europe, you'd probably say he's competing against Fermin Lopez. But yet, we're meant to believe that Bruno Fernandes is the best 10 in Europe. So again, yeah, and guys, if you're watching, yeah, this is free content, yeah, you can go and check this yourself. When people are telling you that he's the best 10 in Europe, yeah, or in the league, just go and have a check what teams are playing predominantly with a number 10, and then you'll get your answer. So the answer to that is, don't believe a lot of the nonsense that people are trying to spout, because it's not true. That is the truth, yeah? And just going on to Bruno Fernandes, as I said, yeah, he's playing a lot better because Carrick's coming. You know, he's playing more for the team, you know. And as I said, since Carrick's coming under the 4 games, I don't think Bruno Fernandes has been unbelievable, but he's been a lot better than what he has been showing. Because the main thing that I've noticed, and I've taken away from what Carrick's done, if you notice, yeah, Bruno is doing more of his stuff higher up the pitch. So he's not getting involved in build-up, which is key, because you don't want that guy in build-up because he can't play like that. He's not a Rodri. You know what I mean? He's not a player like that can get on the ball and start dictating like that. He's a player that you play in the final third where he does get numbers, which people obviously love, yeah? So I'll give him his credit for that. He's playing more for the team. But then when people start saying we have to keep Bruno Fernandes, do not make that mistake, because yet again, what are we going to learn by keeping this guy? He's been here now for what, 6-7 years, yeah? Yes, he's got numbers. Has he won any meaningful trophies since he's come here? No. Has he called at the board? Yes. Can we move on without Bruno Fernandes? Yes. We've got players in Cunha, Kobe Mainu, Ahmad, Xerxes. Yeah? These guys can all play in a number 10 position. But yet we're meant to believe that we can't do without Bruno Fernandes. As I've said, give him credit where credit's due. For the last 4 games, he's played a lot better. He has got numbers. You know, if people want to start giving him these assists, which, as we know, are not assists. Yeah? If we're being honest. The Benjamin Sesko one, it was good play from Bruno. That's never been an assist. It was Sesko's touch and the finish that made the goal, not his assist. But this era of football, they're giving assists for nothing, yeah, which is nonsense, yeah? But come the end of the season, You know, I'm hearing people tell me or listen to people say we should be increasing his money. This is the kind of bollocks that these people are coming out with now. Increasing his money. Bro, get him gone end of the season and we can just start rebuilding this midfield and play players in that position. Because when people start telling you, yeah, that we cannot replace his goals or his numbers, yeah, again, free content, guys, yeah, football works how it doesn't mean if Bruno gets moved on, we're not going to get goals or assists. That's not going to happen. We've got guys in our team that score goals. Bruno, Cunha, Mbuemo, Ahmad can get goals. Xerxes can chip in. Kobe can chip in. Sesko. So all them guys there, with what we're probably going to bring in as well, can all contribute to goals that will mean that Bruno Fernandes, his necessity for his numbers won't be as high. And that's how football works. You lose one player, collectively, you start getting players in the team that can start chipping in and replace the goals that you've lost. So when I'm hearing people say that we can't do without him, do not make the same mistake, yeah, and keep this guy and give him more money. Because I don't want to hear no one tell me, oh, it's time for Bruno to go, etc. If he somehow scumbags another season. Bro, what do you think, man? Because I had to get that out there, man, because some of the nonsense I've been hearing, man, is ridiculous about this.
I hear it. And to be fair, I've heard that same best 10 in Europe and best 10 in the world talk, but I didn't actually deep it that much of like who actually plays in the 10. So it's good that you did that.
Bro, there's four players realistically he's competing with. And they're all English, by the way, the four players.
Bro, it's actually crazy to think. But the thing for me, like this whole you can't replace these numbers, like what you just said there, it gets allocated elsewhere. If you look historically, like look at it like this: David Beckham, when he got sold, not one United fan wanted him gone. Everyone thought Fergie was making a mistake. Yeah, because he was on every corner, on every free kick. You know what I mean? He was providing numbers for United higher than anybody else for assists. You know what I mean? But it got replaced. You know what I mean? That you bring in somebody else that's going to do that same role, and then it gets allocated around everyone until someone really steps up, i.e. Beckham got sold. We brought in Ronaldo. He wasn't instantly Ronaldo that we know now. He wasn't a goal machine, an assist machine. He was one step over too many and dive when he gets close to the box. You know what I mean? But the numbers got allocated around until he was ready to step up, and then he was the David Beckham and surpassed what David Beckham was capable of. You know what I mean? So for me, Bruno has never been that outstanding, like, because for me the eye test, like I've always looked at it like I've been fully aware that these assists aren't assists because like but this is why, like, if we went back now and retroactively put assists down for all the same kind of moments in previous games, players like Ronaldinho and that would probably be in stupid numbers. You know what I mean? Because this is how they're fluffing out the game, because the quality's declined that much since back then that they've got to make it look like these men are better or of the same ilk. You get me? And it's not that. The eye test will tell you that. Like,
sorry to cut you off here. Not to mention, the fact that you just said that, the game's that bad, there's players that get numbers that are getting hyped up. And do not think, that the media and the commentators and the pundits don't think that they're all playing the same game here. They're all playing the same game, because it's very evident, that the same players are hyped up in this era of football. That they all playing their part. I'm telling you.
Yeah, like, bro, the sticking to the script, innit? The sticking to the script, like it's absolute bullshit to think, but it is what it is. And for me, the eye test has always told me, look, Bruno, yes, he will eventually get something, but that's because all game is going to be long ball, long ball, long ball. Eventually, something's going to land for him. You know what I mean? And when it gets to a point where everything we do as a team is through him, of course, he's going to be the last touch before someone else puts it in. if he's going to take every free kick and every penalty and every corner, then yes, he's going to get numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's never been that impressive for me to see what Bruno's been doing, and if anything, it pisses me off more. Like I seen something like not too long ago when he surpassed Paul Scholes in assists. Bro, no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. I will never acknowledge any like goals. I'm always keep it 100 goals. You can't fluff them shits up other than how many like penalties you've had and whatnot. You know what I mean? And bear in mind, a lot of strikers like say like Bruno's goals. He's on penalties, free kicks, the lot. Yeah.
Mm.
Like look at R9. He might have took penalties, but he never took free kicks. Never took free kicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could have been edge of the box. They had somebody else for that. You know what I mean? And he could shoot from outside the box. You know what I mean? But it was a different game, so the numbers weren't getting inflated like that. The numbers were getting spread around the team for decades and decades and decades. And now it's got it to a point where now we're going to have everything run through one player in the team. So Salah at Liverpool, Bruno at United. It's killing the game, and look at what it's become now. You know what I mean? Like we've got Arsenal top of the league off set pieces.
Yep.
It playing Stoke ball, it's crazy. But
bro, the product that we're having to watch in football now is an absolute disgrace for the amount of money that is out there. Like I don't think no one can disagree with that.
100.
No one can disagree with that.
But for me, like I say, with the whole Bruno thing, the eye test is the reason I don't rate him, because when I watch him, yes, I understand, because I gave him an allowance for a long time for the fact that he looked for a while like he was the only person in a United shirt that cared about losing. You know what I mean?
He cares about himself, man. Let's be honest.
That is the head and tail of it. You know what I mean? Like that's the reality. It's not a case of he cared about the club like that. He cared about how it was making his shit look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I've been frustrated watching him like obviously playing like deeper in. Like he's been the mistake so many times that's led to so many different threats on our goal, and so many goals that have actually been scored have come because of his fuck up or him not covering something. And on top of it, like when you're looking at the numbers, I can see what it is. And the long ball thing, like watch next game we play, just watch and just count up how many long balls this guy just picks off, and a lot of them aren't even good balls. It's made up by whoever's running onto them. You know what I mean? A lot of the time it's a case of he's just thrown a long ball forward and Mbuemo or Ahmad or someone's ran onto it and they've had to make it work. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same as when Bergkamp used to put a ball into the box at Arsenal. It was on a plate.
Bro, he just plays the ball into space. That's what he does. He doesn't pick anyone else out. And this is why for so long, as bad as they were, Garnacho and Haaland, and even Rashford to an extent as well, Bruno loved playing with them because they're willing runners. Like Bruno couldn't play with Jadon Sancho because Sancho wants the ball to feet. He's not just going to run like a headless chicken to make Bruno look better. And what it is with people with fans, fans don't want to understand what we're talking about. A lot of fans, because Bruno's a symptom of what football's become. He's someone that gets numbers to the detriment of the team. And when you actually look at the facts that he takes, as I said before, every penalty, more or less every free kick, more or less every corner, the way assists are counted now, it's an absolute joke. And then people just tell you, but Bruno's GA, and it's like, when did football ever become about GA? Like it should never be about GA. I had someone the other day, again, you probably remember him, Kevin, that come onto the channel before, onto the chat, should I say, He actually messaged me out the blue, and you know the first thing he said to me, and as I'm trying to say to you, he's got no interest in Man United. His interest is in Bruno Fernandes. He messaged me saying Bruno Fernandes, the best number 10 in Europe. And this is what I'm trying to say to you, yeah? If you ask him the question, why is he the best? What's he going to say? GA.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to say. And this I'm trying to say to you, people don't want to understand, yeah, that the game is very much based on GA, yeah. But there's a reason why certain players get a lot of GA. You know what I mean? The reality is, yeah, his GA means nothing if the team ain't winning nothing. That's the facts.
Yeah.
GA should be used as a bonus. Go and look at all the top players, yeah, that have mad numbers. Somewhere along the line, these guys win the big trophies.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And these GA should only be used as a bonus for the player. So again, people just don't want to understand about Bruno Fernandes, because when people say to me, why don't you rate Bruno? Yeah. And I'll keep telling you the same thing. I don't rate Bruno, yeah, because I've seen too many good players that are actual number 10s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And as I say, when people are saying that he's the best 10 in the league and best 10 in Europe, go and do the research and have a look at the teams, all the top teams around the world that play with a number 10. And you'll find very quickly that not many teams are playing with a central 10, because the way the game's gone, the number 10s play up from wide.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
And he's competing against 4 players in the Premier League, really, if we're being serious. And they're all English. Smith Rowe, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Who's the other guy I said?
Cole Palmer.
And Gibbs White. And Cole Palmer, for me, is a better footballer than Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
And potentially will be better.
I'd take Cole Palmer over Bruno any day of the week and play him at a 10.
Bro, I would, yeah, but I prefer Cole Palmer from the right, because I think in the Premier League it's too congested, yeah. And he hasn't got the physicality for that position. But Cole Palmer for me is a better player than Bruno. He is. And then you're looking at Dewsbury Hall, Smith Rowe, and Gibbs White he's competing against. So is there any reason why he's the best 10? Because not many teams are playing for 10. Yeah. But it's just people out there that are trying to fool others. That's all it is.
You know what it is? I'm convinced that these men have either forgotten what ball is, or they're too young to really know. Like, all I can say is, I beg someone, just go and watch after this stream. Go and watch a Bruno Fernandes long ball compilation, and then follow that up immediately with a Paul Scholes long ball compilation, and just watch the difference. One is right on your toes, and the other one you've got to do all the work for. And that's the long and short of it for me. If your main attribute is going to be a long ball, I want Paul Scholes level a long ball, and do not come with anything less. Not in a United shirt. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to be a pace player, I'm going to compare you to a Giggs. I'm going to compare you to a Ronaldo. You know what I mean? Like, I expect certain things from certain kinds of players, if you know what I mean. So it is what it is.
And you know what as well. The one thing I would say what Carrick's done well, yeah, you can clearly see that Carrick has had a word with Bruno, telling him to keep it shorter. And I know you remember the clip when United played City, and Kobe was telling Bruno to keep the ball. Yeah. That's a youngster telling a so-called experienced head to keep the ball. So again, Bruno's had to kind of adapt here to try and play a shorter game. And it's made him look better, because this long ball is a waste of time, yeah? But what I would say in terms of moving him on next season, yeah, because I'm not going to change my mind. Like, I don't care if Bruno gets 10, 15 goals to the end of the season, yeah? Do not make the mistake and give him more money and keep the guy, because if we want to move forward as a club, we've got the opportunity, yeah, to go and buy some real midfielders, yeah, to help with what we've got. And then you've got players that can fill the void, because Bruno Fernandes, for me, what is his anomaly that he has at Manchester United? He gets GA. Well, I would much prefer Cunha and Mbuemo getting the GA and move Bruno on. Yeah. That's what I would prefer. And then getting in, a Baleba, a Walton, a Anderson, a Sandro Tonali in midfield, and improving that part of the pitch with Kobe. You see what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I would say.
Yeah. And on top of it, like, people have got to remember, like, with Bruno, look at it like this, like, that release clause is now active. What's that, like, £50 million? around that mark, yeah, to get for Bruno to leave us essentially now, yeah. If we'd have sold him in the summer, we'd have got 100 mil. That's the difference in price already, yeah. Why wait? Are we not learning from other people's mistakes? Have we not just watched Salah do this whole shit? You know what I mean? Did Salah not just fucking perform well for a season, help them win a fucking title? And bro, now look, he's just got his contract. He's too old. There's no real fucking value to him anymore, and he's not contributing at all. You know what I mean? And now he is a massive detriment to Liverpool because now they're in a situation where he can come out and say to cameras, I don't have to train. I don't have to earn my spot. I've done it already. You know what I mean? Like, yo, why are we gonna sit there and put ourselves in the same situation with Bruno?
Bro,
Bruno, crazy. The joke is, I even mentioned to my son, Mo Salah, watching him against City. You see how many times he was fucking rolling around on the floor and like throwing tantrums. He's Bruno with a smile, bro. He's Bruno with a smile on his face. That's the only difference. He smiles,
bro. He's got credit in the bank, man. That's all he's got because of the goals. But I've always said Mo Salah's a poor player, man, and he's getting found out now because the physicality's gone. He ain't got the pace, and you really see how bad.
Same story, though, innit? It's the exact same story, bro. So I'm like, well,
people only see it too late, Fitz. That's the problem. You've seen it too late.
Yeah,
you should always see it when they're at the top of their game. I always knew Salah was gonna fall off like this because his bonus was his pace, and now the pace is gone. Yeah, you're getting to see how bad of a footballer he really is. That's the difference, you know. But if people watch the game, they wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, and before I move on to the chats, guys, big up yourselves. Yeah, this is another thing as well. Yeah, which I've heard some nonsense about. Yeah, and this is why. Yeah, you know, you have to be very careful in some of the content that's out there because there's people out there that are just chatting rubbish for the sake of it. Yeah, I've also heard Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, I'm hearing why wouldn't Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid be in for him? I'm gonna tell you why they won't be in for him. Yeah, this is just common sense. Bayern Munich, have Jamal Musiala, Leonard Cole, two players that play in the 10. They are the future of German football, along with Florian Wirtz and probably Walter Marder, as it currently stands. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes is going to be 32 next season. Jamal Musiala has just been given the number 10. Yes, he's been coming off an injury. Yeah, and Leonard Cole 17. Do you really think Bayern Munich are going to bring in a 32-year-old that's going to command a lot of money and leave Musiala and Leonard Cole on the bench? Do you really think Bayern are going to do that? Two players that are German, by the way. Yeah. You really think they're going to bring in Bruno Fernandes to put their two German wonder kids on the bench? I mean, that's just common sense. So the person that said this, is just chatting a load of rubbish. That is the truth. Yeah. Chatting a load of rubbish. Just use your common sense, guys, and know that Bayern Munich are not going to go and buy Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. Barcelona. Yeah. They've got from La Masia, Fermin Lopez. Yeah. Not to mention, they play a 3 in midfield. Yeah. Not to mention, Bruno Fernandes cannot play tiki-taka like Pedri, like Frankie de Jong. So why the hell are they going to go for Bruno Fernandes? Yet again, they haven't got the money, And while they spend money on Bruno Fernandes and give him a wage where United are paying him at the moment, doesn't make sense. Real Madrid, they've got Arda Güler. Even though I don't rate him, but Bellingham still there as well. Yeah. Then they're going to probably look at buying a few more players. Yet again, he's going to be 32. Why are they going to go and spend money on Bruno Fernandes to bring him in where? So again, people that are saying this rubbish about Bruno Fernandes, take it with a pinch of salt. These guys are chatting rubbish for clicks. It cannot, I'll tell you the truth on here, You know, I'll always have facts to back it up. But common sense needs to prevail as well. Why would those three teams be in for Bruno Fernandes? If Bruno Fernandes was 25 and he was getting GA, because we're in a GA era, then I'll be like, yeah, maybe. Even though he doesn't suit Barca's profile, but maybe. The guy's 32, and these guys out here think that them teams are going to come in for him. Makes no sense. Yeah. So again, guys, that is just a bit of common sense that needs to prevail, man, because some of these people out there are just talking nonsense for the sake of it. But yeah, let me go into some of the chats quickly before we move on. Schneider or Zubimendi? Well, Schneider's a 10. Zubi's a deep lying midfielder, so we can't compare them. Lumi Rain, man, doing the most. European heritage and a competition we're too good to play in. Yeah, listen, you ain't won no European trophy, man. And the last time you guys was in the Europa League, I believe you got smoked by Chelsea. So yeah, good try.
He's wanted to win it then, didn't he?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. These guys will keep trying it. By the way, Gav, Kai is 1 away from equaling Ahmad's total for this season. What's that got to do with anything?
Bear in mind, Ahmad was played as a right wing back for the majority of the season.
Yeah,
let's chill out a bit, yeah?
Let's move on, man. Do you know what? There's so many things I could say, man, but there's no point. Let them have their time. We beat them, and they're still sore, man. I understand. Your a team you lost to in the European final too. Yeah, but we've got Champions League, Europa Leagues in our cabinet. What European trophy have you guys got? That's all I want to know, man.
To be fair, this is what I'm saying. We've won it Europa League. We've won 3 Champions Leagues. Our European section of the museum's looking decent, man. Like, I can't lie.
There you go.
There's a whole section there for the 99 season. Lovely.
Yeah. And bro, sorry, man. I just see something, yeah. And this is part of the problem, yeah. Clockender says he created 8 big chances, Gav. Laugh out loud. Definitely deserved man the match. And let me dispel this myth, yeah? Because this is what I'm trying to say to you, yeah? There's lazy commentary out there and there's lazy analysis, yeah? So Clockenders, big up yourself, man, because you come through a lot anyway, yeah? But when you're telling me that he's created 8 big chances, yeah? Tell me those big chances he created, because this is what people don't tell you, yeah? Bruno Fernandes takes set pieces and takes every set piece, corners and free kicks, yeah? If he puts the ball into the box and the Man United player gets the head onto the ball, no matter how bad the ball is, yeah, that gets counted as a chance created. So again, when people start saying he's created 8 big chances, put the proof in there. Come and show us what are these big chances, because you'll find very quickly, yeah, that those 8 big chances are probably 2. That's the truth. Where from open play were they big chances? Not to mention, you know what I mean? How do people count a big chance?
Because if we're going on the stats that they'll give you in the match and that, then yeah, you're gonna get that media spin on it. You know what I mean? But like I say, the eye test never fails. If you're watching the game and you're thinking that he's created a big chance, and like, then it's on a plate. You get me? It's on whoever gets the ball off him. If they've missed, they've fucked up, because Bruno has made an opportunity for them. If he just hoofed the long ball forward and then Mbuemo's ran onto it and then cut inside into the box, that's not Bruno creating a chance. That's Mbuemo creating something out of a long ball forward.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like,
is he slipping the ball for an eye of a needle? No, he's not.
I very rarely see it. Like, but I'll give credit where it's due. Was it against City where he held the ball for a lot longer than he ever would do and picked the perfect pass to dead it up? Like, yo,
bro, that is what you call an assist, and that is what you call a big chance created.
Exactly.
Yeah? Because he held onto the ball for the run. He played it into Mbuemo's path. Mbuemo didn't have to break stride, finishes it in the bottom corner. That is what you call a chance created, not the nonsense that they're trying to feed us. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Like that one that stands out for me that they give him the assist for was the Xerxes goal. Xerxes did everything for that fucking goal, and he was just credited because Bruno was the one that lobbed it into the box. I'm not here for it. Even at Liverpool, he had a horrendous game at Liverpool. And just before he got subbed off, the last kick he had of the game, he just hoofed it in And who was it that got the header on it? Was it Maguire in it?
Yeah, Maguire, yeah.
Got his head on it. But again, it was just a hoof into the box.
Yep.
Last kick of the game, last kick of his game before he was about to go off because he was that shit. Even his compatriot was taking him off the field.
Yep.
It's like, bro, then everyone was gassed. Oh, the ball from Bruno. What do you mean the ball from Bruno? It was Maguire that got up for the fucking header. This guy had been doing shit balls all game. Maguire had to make that work. You know what I mean?
Say that was Lissandro. Is it a good ball? you see what I mean?
Get me?
It's
bro,
madness.
It's like if people want to say Dallo for the assist for Bruno, technically yes, it was an assist because it went straight to Bruno and all he had to do was finish it. But let's be clear, it was a fuck up from Dallo. He was trying to assist Sesko, who totally missed it, and then Bruno mopped up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for me, you can still give Dallo the assist, but that weren't his intention. His intention weren't to pick out Bruno at the back post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
so
agree.
It's one of them, like, for me, half of Bruno's assists aren't even actual assists where he knew what he was doing. He didn't know that's going to this person and they're finishing it. You know what I mean? He just thought, I'm hoofing it.
If people judged Bruno, fairly, then the hype wouldn't be there. They just judge him because it's what they're being told or it's what football's become. Because I'll never be of the opinion that hoofball works. You know what I mean? You'll never catch me saying, let's play hoofball, and get an assist from that. Like, that's nonsense. If he's in a disciplined team like a Barcelona or a PSG, they wouldn't allow him to do to go and do hoofball. And then you'll find very quickly that he doesn't get mad numbers. That is a difference. He's been allowed to do what he wants at Man United for too long. But under Carrick, he has been slightly more disciplined, But even that, like, I'm looking at Bruno really since Carrick's come in. I'm looking at one assist. And that was the assist to Mbuemo. Because the Dorgu goal, that wasn't an assist. The ball was bobbing over the fucking place, and it was Dorgu's finish. The Sesko goal, that wasn't an assist either. You know what I mean? So again, man, like, people either wanna learn or just understand or not. You know what I mean? And as Clockenders has said, doesn't mean shit if Bruno hasn't won anything. The man's your best player and has been for years. Now, what I would say to that, that's the biggest load of nonsense I've heard. That he's our best player. And that's obviously coming from somewhere else. And I got a feeling where that's coming from. Because this whole rubbish about he's our best player, people are only saying he's the best player because of numbers. Numbers don't mean you're the best player.
It doesn't mean media. That's it.
The media are telling you that. When they start doing all these stats before the game and before a big game, goals and assists combined, what they're doing, they're polluting your mind to make you think a certain way. But you won't get that on here. You'll get real conversation. And as I said, if you think Bruno's our best player, is there any surprise why we've been in the mud ever since he's come to the club? And again, it's not all Bruno's fault, but to keep saying he's the best player is an absolute nonsense. He weren't better than Pogba. He ain't better than Casemiro. What are we talking about? He weren't more crucial than Martial. He weren't. He's just been a constant, because these fans just love passion. And if you love passion, Bruno feeds into that, just like Jude Bellingham, as I keep saying. So I ain't here for that, man. I'm just not here for that, man. About he's been our best player. Let's go through some of these chats, man, before we move it on. Football isn't just about winning trophies, man. Come on, behave.
That's an Arsenal fan. That's definitely an Arsenal fan.
Of course it is. I'm surprised he didn't put LOL at the end. You know what I mean?
But the joke is, if it's not all about winning trophies, why the fuck is it set piece FC right now, man? Like, come on, bro. Like, the football you man are playing is horrendous.
Them guys, they can keep saying that. They're just trying to cope in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This season's clearly just about trophies for them, kind of doing anything they can do by any means necessary, innit? Like, nation of domination.
Bruno would actually fit their system. Hoofball, set
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah.
He'll actually suit their system. So I can understand the backing for Bruno. You know what I mean?
No, I
So
hear it. I hear it.
big up to Foxy Danny for being a member for 4 months. Big up yourself. Says any Liverpool fans in the chat, can they still win? Don't know if there's any Liverpool fans out here. Can you guys still win? I doubt
Sham
it.
in the chat or Chris. One of them ones got to be there. Nah, they'll be missing today.
Yeah, they'll be hiding, man. As I said, Jonas is normally on, but he ran from the smoke, man. I can't blame him.
He saw Van Dijk fucking. He's like, nah, I know what's coming. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Yeah, 100, man, 100. Yeah, big up to Christopher McGrath. Big up, man. Big up. Mamba says, I rate Bruno as a creative midfielder. Again, he ain't no creative midfielder. The thing is, Mamba, yeah, I would like to know, he's a poor man's Fabregas. What are we doing here? Poor man's Fabregas. Yeah, listen, Mamba, how old are you, bro? Because if you let me know your age, then I'll let you. I can understand why you've come out of that, because you're way off. If you think Bruno's a creator, yeah, it's telling me that you haven't really seen creators. That's what I would say. But to say he's a poor man's Fabregas, I don't think you know how good Fabregas was.
Yeah.
This is a guy that played as a false nine at Barcelona. Who would have thought he played false nine at Barcelona? You think Bruno can play false nine? No.
Thing is, that's from an Arsenal fan. Like, yo, you just done your own legend dirty. Like, I know we went and played at Chelsea, but yous man like to swap players all the time, don't yous? Like, it just happens with yous. Well, fuck, like that's outrageous. That
Clock enders. Football is about community, friends, trips away, not just trophies. Yeah, and this is why you guys will fail at the end of the season. You know what I mean? With that mentality there, yeah. Listen, this is why you guys are not built for success, man. And when it all comes crashing down, man, you best be on it, because, as I say, the receipts will be coming up.
Yeah, I will give Clockenders that. Like, that's one of the best parts, or one of the better parts of football. Yeah, but it goes hand in hand with the banter, and the banter only comes from wins and losses. You get me? So it's still about wins, and it's still about trophies. That's why right now we're here taking shots at people. Because yeah, we lost the European final to Tottenham. We had to let that sink in, and now we have to take our punches for the rest of eternity on that. You know what I mean? But end of the day, shit. Like, that's why our response is. But we've got 3 Champions Leagues in our trophy cabinet. You know what I mean? It's one of them. Realistically, it is a beautiful part of the game, having the community, the friends, the trips away, away games, the home games, just but you've got to be adding to that, man. The experience can't just be purely just like having a good time on a weekend. You've got to it's got to stand for something, bro. Like, you're supporting Arsenal, clock enders. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to be higher standards than that. Like, if you're supporting fucking Blackpool or Stoke or something, no disrespect if you've got any Stoke or Blackpool fans in, but it's a different level of expectation, isn't it? If you're supporting one of these big clubs that, to be fair, there's an argument, is Arsenal even a big club anymore? But obviously you've got this season to try and spin shit around. But for me, if you're gonna clash yourself with a big club, it can't just be a case of fucking, it's just about a good time and community. It's got to be more. There's got to be trophies involved, man. But I don't know what's going on here. I'm seeing on my screen there's no Gav, so now we're like, we're stranded. I don't know what we're gonna do. You know what? Yeah, I'll move on to the weekend results until Gav gets back, because I know that's the next thing in line. So weekend results. Let me get my notes up still, cause some of these matches all blend in with each other these days. All right, so start off with the Leeds and Forest one. I'm not gonna lie, Leeds did very well against Forest. I was expecting a much tighter game than that, but 3-1 to Leeds. Like, couple good goals in there. Obviously Calvert-Lewin adding to his tally again. Like, now he's in double figures for the first time in a couple seasons now, innit? So it's looking like, he could actually end up going to the World Cup somehow. Considering he was a free transfer in the summer, that's crazy work. What else do we have? We had Brighton and Palace. That Gerson had a good pass where Sarr ended up bagging. Obviously put him in loads of space. Decent goal, can't lie. To be fair, you back, bro?
Yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry, man. Sorry. Go on.
It's calm. I moved on to weekend results because I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah. Go on. Yeah, we're gonna touch on that before we wrap it up anyway.
Yeah, man. So I was just saying in it, the Palace game. That Gerson's pass into Sarr where he bags of space. Obviously, had a little bit of running to do before he finished it.
Yeah,
but I'd say like that kind of pass that can be classed as an assist.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I didn't actually watch the game, but the 5 minutes that I saw was actually the goal, which was funny. And to be fair, as soon as the ball went through, I said, you know what? I said Sarr's going to score that because I can just see the angle he was coming out and the keeper weren't coming out. And then to be fair, it was a great finish. And the ball from Ngesson from obviously on loan from Aston Villa. To be fair, that is what you call an assist because the right way to pass, and then again, Thing didn't have to break his stride, and then obviously finished it well. So
So I just touched on the Leeds Forest one and Brighton Palace, innit?
Okay.
Did you catch any of the other games?
So, I mean, we'll just run through them quickly anyway. So Everton beating Fulham 2-1. Obviously, Fulham lost their last 2 games now. Obviously, got City coming up away, and I think obviously we've kind of killed their confidence really because obviously we beat them 3-2. Everton beating them away from home, and I think I see a stat. I think the table. I think Everton are only 2 points behind Liverpool.
Are they?
I think they're 2 points behind Liverpool. Everton, yeah.
Mad. So what is it?
It's
Liverpool,
crazy.
Brentford, then Everton.
It's Let me check it now quickly. 1 second. Let me check it. So where is it? I swear I see it today. So you got Everton are 8th, on 37 points. Brentford and Liverpool are both on 39. Chelsea 43, United 44, Villa 47, obviously City 50, Arsenal 56.
Yeah, man. Moyes is doing a decent little job there, isn't it?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And to go and beat Fulham, because Fulham had a possibility when they played us. They could have been like more or less level on points of us if they would have beaten us.
Yeah.
But they're in 10th place now. And as I said, man, I think Marco Silva's not signed a new contract either. He might be on the move in the summer. And so what's this? Zenit St. Wait, John Duran's gone to Zenit St. Petersburg.
Mad.
What's he doing?
Now, but his money, it's all money, bro.
It's crazy, isn't it? West Ham beat Burnley 2-0. Bro, remember I think we spoke about Somerville.
Yeah.
You know what? When I'm looking at left wingers, if you're looking for Premier League proven, him and Iliman NDI, they're 2 names that are on the radar. I like Iliman NDI personally, but I think Somerville, man, he's been a game changer for West Ham. I think has he scored in his last 3 or 4 games or something like that?
Yeah, he's found a bit of form recently.
Yeah,
and obviously
he's a decent little player, man. Yeah,
that finish against Burnley was good, bro. Like, it's nice little chip over the keeper, confidence in him.
Yeah, and the thing is, he gave Carl Walker problems. I think Walker gave away a penalty which should have been given as well. But West Ham are in good form. I think West Ham have won. I think they've won their last 2 games as well. I think I could be wrong. But
I think so. They could, I think they have, and that's what I'm saying. Our next games against West Ham,
away,
that could be a bit of a sticky one if we don't turn up. But I
100,
feel like that's the same for any team, though. Like West Ham, like, I know they've been struggling this season, but
yeah.
they're still a threat. I'm not gonna lie. That Jared Bowen does a bit for them.
Yeah, Bowen's a good player, man. I like Bowen. I think he's a good player, man. Underrated. Obviously Arsenal 3-0. We spoke about them already. There's no point getting onto them. Chelsea beating Wolves 3-1. Cole Palmer hat trick. Yeah, obviously I didn't see the game, man, but I just see a couple of the highlights. And yeah, man. I mean, some good. His third goal was a very good finish.
Yeah.
But I think Wolves are going down, man. I think yeah, they sold their centre back here, Agbadu to Besiktas. And to be honest with you, I thought he was decent for them. And yeah, man, they're just selling players left, right, and centre. I mean, Strand Larson went Palace. That John Arias, who they've got as well, I think he's going. Agbadu's gone. Like, their team's just getting decimated. And I think, as I keep saying, man, they got that Matthias Mane. And I think that Mane, man, someone might take a chance on him, I reckon.
Yeah. But, to be fair, I think in January they accepted the going down and just decided, let's prepare now. Like, let's just offload and try, because they know when they get relegated in summer, all these men, like, they won't get 48 million for Strand Larson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll get a cut price fee. So you're getting rid of a few people at a decent price now, so you can try and cash in and rebuild, innit?
Yeah, 100. So, but yeah, man, Chelsea obviously keeping the pressure on. You know, they're obviously 5th place now. And to be fair, Rossini hasn't lost a league game since he's taken over. So he's doing well, man, at the moment. But that semi-final against Arsenal, man, yeah, I mean, if it works, you get the praise, but I just wish they would have went for the game, man, because they knew they needed to go and get a goal. Yeah. And I would prefer them to start a bit more positive, but yeah, they got beaten that one. Bournemouth 1, Villa 1. I mean, Villa, I think it's safe to say, man, you know, it's going to be a top 4 battle for them unless they buck up their ideas. I mean, they're only 3 points behind City anyway, but that against Bournemouth, they're the kind of games against Bournemouth, yeah, that you need to, by hook or crook, get the 3 points, innit? Yeah. And I think their next game's against Brighton at home. So, you know, they'll be obviously hoping that they can get some points on the board there. But the loss against Brentford for them was poor against 10 men. And you don't even like pick up a draw, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think obviously the injuries to Tielemans, to Kamara, you know, I think it's killing them really. But yeah, a point against Bournemouth away, it's not great for them. But again, Bournemouth, you know what I mean? I think they've picked up a couple of results in the last couple of games. I think they beat Wolves and then now got a point against Villa. Brentford against Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle are in trouble, you know. Obviously, I've heard about talk for Eddie Howe, you know, for him to get sacked, which I don't think is going to happen. But yeah, man, I think Brentford, to be honest with you, they're one of them teams, Brentford, yeah, that you can't sleep on because, as I said, they've got the 2nd top goal scorer in the league in Igor Thiago. You know, Sharda didn't play as well, who's a threat. But I think as a team, man, you know what I mean? They're very well organized. They've got experience in their team, obviously, Jordan Henderson. And I'll tell you who I like, yeah? And that's Dango Utara. He used to be at Bournemouth, yeah? I'll tell you now, people need to don't sleep on him because I can see him, yeah? Because they brought him in to replace Mbuemo, which was smart business. And I can see him getting another move somewhere because he's got something. There was a goal he scored, yeah, against Aston Villa. And the finish was mad. It was a great finish off his left foot, yeah? And as I said, the front three of him, Sharda, and Thiago, you know, I think you'll go a long way to finding, you know, a threatening front three like that. I think if you're putting Man United, City, maybe I'm not sure about Liverpool. Find me a better front three than them three, because their front three is better than Arsenal's for me.
Yeah,
bro, I think their front three is better than Arsenal's.
Yeah, because I take Thiago over any of their strikers.
Of course. I mean, Sharda, Martinelli, or Trossard. I think Sharda's better than Martinelli. You know, he's a different kind of player to Trossard. And then you got Dango, Utara, or Saka. Now, Saka's got 4 goals, 4 assists. Go and have a check how much Utara's got. You see what I mean?
To be fair, his assist for that Jardel was fucking decent cross, and then obviously he scored the winner as well, didn't it?
What for what?
For Brentford, isn't it?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Sorry, yeah. That was a great ball, yeah. But he's a good player, man.
Fucking obviously, like he got the assist and then the winner for against Newcastle. Like for me,
he's been good, man.
You know what I mean? It's a difficult game going to Newcastle, and for a young player to have an impact like that, bro, you got to actually pay attention to him, man.
I'm telling you, man, and don't be surprised, bro.
Look at the class they've got, man.
Yeah, don't be surprised, man, if they give Arsenal problems on Thursday, because I'm saying that at home they're good and they've got threats. I mean, Sharda's pace won't be there, but again they got Lewis Potter who can play out there, and he's probably a bit more industrious than Sharda, so he might actually help in defense, really, in the defensive phase. But yeah, listen, they've got some threatening players, man. So I'm looking forward to watching that game Thursday, and it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal drop points against them. So
100%.
We'll have to wait and see, man. But let's go on to the midweek fixtures anyway. Let's just go for some quick predictions. Tottenham Newcastle, what do you reckon? Win, lose, or draw?
I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw, me.
Yeah. I was gonna say an away win for Newcastle, but I think if Tottenham lose this game, I don't know what to. I think they might sack him on the spot, if anything. So I think just
it's
based on that,
make or break.
Yeah, I think just based on that, I think, you know what I mean. At worst, he probably gets a draw. So yeah, I'm gonna say a score draw. Yeah, as well. Might even do like a little cheeky bet on them as well. You know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna be my acca this week. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I'm gonna get back to you as well. You know, because I need help on this, man. But yeah, I'm gonna say draw. Tottenham Newcastle. Brentford Arsenal.
Where have I got that now? One sec. Brentford Arsenal. You know what? I've gone with a 1-1 draw there as well. You know,
bro. Brentford win the game. I'm going Brentford. Brentford 2-1.
2-1. Okay. Yeah. To be fair, that'd be a great result.
I'm going Brentford 2-1 at home.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Chelsea Leeds.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea because they're at home.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with as well. I think if they were away, I think it'll be a draw. But I'm gonna say Chelsea at home. I know Calvert-Lewin, you know, is bagging for fun, but I think they've got a couple of injuries to Stack in midfield and Pascal Struijk at the back.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Chelsea 3-1. Chelsea 3-1.
Okay. Yeah.
Everton Bournemouth. Everton at home.
I'm going 1-1 there. Just because Bournemouth are scraping draws left, right, and centre.
Yeah, I hear it. I don't know. I got a sneaky feeling for Everton to win the game. You know, I think they've only got one injury in Jack Grealish, isn't it? But I think Everton, I believe they've won their last 2 games as well.
Yeah.
So I think at home, I think they might sneak it like a 1-0. You know.
Yeah.
I think they might sneak it 1-0. Yeah, and put the pressure on Liverpool.
Yo, if they finish higher than Liverpool this season, that's a next thing for Jonas.
Pack up and go home, and I would say, you know what I mean. But yeah, no, I think Everton beat Bournemouth at home, so I'm gonna go Everton 1-0. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I might leave that one off the acca. I'm not gonna lie, I can see that happening as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna be brave, man. I'm gonna be brave. You know what I mean. So yeah, I'm gonna say Everton win 1-0. West Ham United.
It's 3-1 United. That.
Do you know what? I'm gonna say, United win the game, but I'm cautious with the result because I think West Ham lately have been decent and they're at home. I think if we were at home, I'm looking at like a 3-1, but I'm gonna say we might just nick it 2-1 away from home.
Yeah, I can understand it, but I just feel like we're gonna be on a mad wave of momentum for another
Yeah.
game or two here. So I feel like there's goals in us.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 2-1 United. But I do think both teams will score, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna say 2-1. Forest Wolves.
I'm going 1-0 Forest. Tight.
Yeah. I think Forest ain't been great, but Wolves are even worse, isn't it? So
Yeah.
you know what it is? I think I want to say a draw, yeah. Because I think Wolves, they have got threats in their team, innit? You know, that can get a goal. But I think you'd have to say Forest have any hopes of staying up, man. These are the kind of games they got to win, innit?
Yeah, I feel like Forest know they've got more to fight for in these points than Wolves. Wolves have accepted we're going down.
Yeah, but these are the kind of games, yeah, where you go for a home win and then, you know, you get a shock. It's like a draw or the away win. So
yeah, I hear it.
I'm gonna say score draw.
Okay.
Score draw, Forest Wolves. Sunderland Liverpool.
I'm going 2-2.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, because I'm thinking the fact Liverpool got beat, yeah, by City, I think they're going to want to bounce back. But against Sunderland away from home, Sunderland are good. So I think draw. I'm going to say 1-1, 2-2, but I'm going to say 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
But Sunderland could also win it as well. So Villa Brighton.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Villa. They've got to bounce back here, aren't they?
Yeah,
at home.
I think at home they'll win it as well. I mean, Brighton got beat by Palace, so in that derby as well. But yeah, no, I think Villa win that. I think either result 1-0, 2-1, whatever it is, but I think they win the game. Palace and Burnley.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Palace there.
Yeah, same. Home win. I think after that game against Brighton, I think they win it. I mean, Burnley, to be fair, man, I don't know, man. I think they're one of the teams that could get relegated, but I do think Scott Parker is a good manager, but I think they get beaten that one.
Yeah.
And then obviously City Fulham last game.
I'm gonna go 3-1 for City there.
Yeah, I don't know what result it's gonna be, but they're winning that game, man, and put 3 points behind Arsenal. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say 2-0 City.
I don't know, I think Harry Wilson's gonna create something.
You think?
Yeah, man. He pulls it out of the bag for them every couple of games. He just turns on a bit of magic.
Yeah,
he's due it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He's, to be fair, he's been in very good form. But I think whatever happens, City will know what needs to be done, innit? You know, I said, you know, that Tottenham game is going to kickstart them to do something serious, innit? And I think the Liverpool game yesterday, man, that was a show of, you know, we're here to fight for this title, and I think they'll carry it on against Fulham. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say 2-0, but it wouldn't surprise me, if it is a 3-1 game, or you know, but I think definitely they win the game, whatever happens in it. So yeah, man. So listen, we got a good week of football. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and obviously definitely Thursday. So yeah, man, it'll be it's gonna be interesting, isn't it? So yeah, man, look forward to it. But guys, listen, we're gonna have to wrap it up anyway. But big up yourselves for coming on. Make sure you smash the like button if you've enjoyed today's stream. Make sure you sub to the channel as well. Make sure you share the channel, and obviously make sure you follow Fitz on his socials, which will be in the description once the stream's ended. And yeah, big up yourselves for coming in, even if you're a newcomer as well. Appreciate everyone's comments. Big up to all the mods as usual. And guys, all of these streams now will start to be in chapters. So if there's anything that you guys want to see me talk about in particular, or see obviously Fitz as well, then they will be in chapters. So yeah, make sure you guys give that a check as well. And yeah, listen, it's been a good stream, man. Obviously, we've covered a lot. Big up for those of you that were coming through on your phone as well. So I know some of you said that you couldn't see us in the screen. We'll try and get that sorted out for next week if we can. But other than that, it's been a sick stream, man, and some good conversations. So as I said, yeah, if you guys enjoy the convo. Keep yourselves coming through as always. We're always here every Monday, 5:30 is the time. Obviously, normally Jonas is with us, but someone tells me he bottled it, man, because his team got smoked yesterday. But it is what it is, man. He should be back next week. But yeah, guys, make sure you follow my socials as well, which is obviously on the screen. Obviously, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and obviously YouTube. And yeah, listen, we should be back tomorrow, possibly. You know, I might do a little reaction to I'll do a reaction to the Man United game, so I will be back tomorrow. So that'll be an evening one, and obviously be back as normal throughout the week. Not sure what times I'm streaming. Probably might be evening ones, guys, because obviously I've got things to do during the day. But yeah, keep an eye on it as always. And as I said, yeah, man, we it's getting interesting, man, for this season now. You know, Champions League race, title race. You know, a few deluded Arsenal fans thinking you guys are winning it all, and we're gonna see, man. Because I tell you now, by the end of this week, it could all be tatters for these Arsenal fans, man. Because who would have thought, man? 9 points. It was looking like, you know, Lumi Rain is testament to that as well. You know, getting excited. And then all of a sudden, it could be 3 points, man, by the time they play on Thursday. And let's say if they get beat, which I'm predicting, all of a sudden, man, this league table is looking very spooky for a lot of teams, for Arsenal. So, yeah, let's see what happens, man. But Fitz, man, big up for coming on, bro, each and every time.
Yeah, man, anytime, bro. Thanks for having me, innit?
Nah, no worries, man. No worries. But yeah, guys, we're going to wrap it up. And as I said, I'll catch you guys throughout the week. Definitely back tomorrow. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. And don't worry, man. We're not letting Jonas get away with it. He'll be questioned for his team and a certain Van Disney as well. Because yeah, I mean that 50 talk, top 50. Even I'm starting to look at that a bit differently now. So yeah, we'll see what he's got to say, man. But guys, other than that, have a good rest of the week. And yeah, we'll catch you guys again next week. And I'll catch you guys, obviously, probably tomorrow. Take it easy. Bro, take care, yeah?
Yeah, man. Bless, bro.
Later, man. Later.